But stay tuned because you finna get ready to feel the fire. You understand me, don't you? Let's go. Whoa, wait. You know who I am. I'm drummer 1980, hailing from Columbia, South Carolina. I hope you're having a good day today. And if that's not the case, ask yourself why. Because remember, happiness is an inside job. Did you hear me? I said happiness is an inside job, and it will always be an internal affair.
Are you telling me that if you're an immigrant, you cannot comment
from the Sudan?
Situations?
Yeah, if you're from you're from the Sudan, you can't say shit about a foundational Black American. Nothing
interesting
at all.
Interesting.
Nothing.
Interesting. Let me, okay.
You can't say nothing about us.
Let's use your logic.
Not one word.
Let's use your logic.
A failed homeland where people are starving. You can't say shit about us. Yes.
Cool. Let's use your logic. Then.
That's how that
Let me ask you a question. Do you have to be a mathematician to say 1 + 1 is 2?
No, sir. No. That's no. That's a non sequitur. It has nothing to do with anything. You come from a failed homeland where people are over there starving, and you haven't figured out how to stop the people from starving. So you can't come over here and talk about it.
Here we go. So thank you to the white supremacists in America. You're eating, Tariq.
How so, sir?
Because the white people started this country. The white supremacists started this country. Go back. Exactly.
Let me take this because
they failed when they tried to do it on their own. They didn't start the damn thing. It was foundational Black Americans. Go ahead, sir.
Tariq, let me again. So you're telling me if someone's an immigrant from Sudan or wherever they're from, they can't comment on social issues?
Not over here. No, you're not at liberty to do that because your social issues are in shambles. You're not at liberty.
Cool.
Why would we listen to you? Why would we listen to you?
Okay.
If you come from a country of complete failure,
now let me ask you another question.
Why would we listen to you?
So
you're not at liberty.
So only other. Let me get this straight then. So only other FBAs, according to your logic, can comment on FBA issues. Is that
absolutely
what you're saying?
Only foundational Black Americans can talk about our issues. We don't concern ourselves with what's going on with you. You come from a failed culture. You're not at liberty to give us any advice on anything, sir.
Would you call it a successful culture of foundational Black Americans who were taken?
What's going on over there?
Again, hold on. Everybody, guys, you came in here.
You need to fix your homeland.
Your ancestors got taken into slavery and taken to another country. Do you consider that a successful culture? Because you're saying Sudan is not successful.
Right.
So would you consider where your ancestors were originally taken from as successful?
Half of our ancestors were already here. Let's get that straight. We're foundational Black Americans, sir. There were Black people here. There were Black people brought over here. So we had an ethnogenesis, and we never fled from the country we built,
Don't answer the question, of course, again.
I did answer the question, sir. If you're not smart enough with them stingy Irish genes of yours, that's your problem.
Irish.
Sir.
Yeah, my name is Amir, bro. I'm definitely Irish, dude.
Okay.
Family, I want you to notice a tactic. They always jumping in to try to assist Myron. Myron can't hold his own ground. Notice this now, and you will see this prevalent throughout this whole video. Myron can't hold his own ground, so other people gonna be jumping in. They'll try to give him an alley hoop, but Tariq is gonna handle him though, okay? But just notice that tactic, okay?
So let me ask you this question, Tariq. By your logic, right? Because you're saying only foundational Black Americans can criticize other foundational Black Americans. So if that's the case, why are you talking shit about white people and white supremacists? Since you're not white, you can't give an opinion.
But I'm a victim of white supremacy. I can talk about the
see how it doesn't work out? Doesn't make sense, does it?
Because we're being victimized by the white supremacists. So I can talk about
how are you being victimized by the white supremacists?
Because they've created a system of white supremacy that they've militarized, and we can't break out of it because they have a military stronghold over us, sir. And you too.
Okay, tell me in 2024 how the white supremacists
areas, and when we start building on our own, they use their military to destroy it all across the board. Whenever we build prosperous neighborhoods, they use their military to destroy it, and they've done this all across the board. They control the educational system. When we try to get our own educational system, they use their militarized system to destroy it. They destroy it all across the board, and these are facts, sir. We're under a global system of white supremacy.
Okay.
Tulsa, Oklahoma was 100 years ago, bro.
Hold on. So let me ask you this.
They build freeways and train tracks in Black neighborhoods that's prosperous even today. I live in Los Angeles. Crenshaw Boulevard, they're destroying the Black businesses by building a train system down Crenshaw Boulevard. They do this stuff now. We
can control Los Angeles. Who are the elected politicians in Los Angeles?
Telling me
we get sabotaged. And the great thing about us, even though we get sabotaged, we can still rebuild and we can still find success. They sabotage you wannabes too.
Politicians in Los Angeles that you're talking about this being destroyed.
Yo, mute everybody except for me and Tariq, bro. Everybody else, shut the fuck up. All right, he didn't come in to talk to y'all niggas, so he's coming in here to talk to me. So that's fine. Let's have a discussion, Tariq. So let's have a discussion because I've been waiting a very long.
Myron asked the question: how are they holding you back in 2024? See, Myron come from the Sudan. He should know because his homeland is decimated and in a disarray, right? But he have the nerve and have the unction and the unmitigated gall to come over here and question us. And their tactics is they always look at the bottom. They don't never talk about the black people that's doing well because trust me, they are a lot of degenerates as far as black people, but it's just as many in white society, if you was honest. But on this channel, you go have a come to drummer moment, all right? Come to drummer, come to the light, because I have no reason to lie to you. All that I'm going to tell you is facts, not my opinion, not the way I'm feeling. We don't go by feeling on this side. We do logic and rational thought, top-down logic on this side, all right? But notice this, guys. He always needs some help. He always needs some help. And he don't want to answer no questions as well. Let's go.
Long time to talk to you because you are literally the Lord of victimhood. So let's go ahead and have a discussion.
And you are the Lord of victimization, sir. But go ahead.
Okay, sure.
A wannabe. But you're a wannabe. You're not even a real white supremacist. You're a wannabe. But go ahead, Myron.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Anyway, so you're claiming that the white supremacists control the military, which is holding back the blacks in America. Yes. Okay, do you believe that's still the case in 2020?
Right now, this very minute. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Holding back, and when I mean holding back, they keep an oppressive system that will dominate and control what we do. Even though there are still black people who are successful. Hell, I'm a millionaire. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm still under a system of
You ain't no billionaire, you lying ass motherfucker.
He said he's a millionaire.
I didn't say billionaire. I said a millionaire. And that's verified. Y'all can verify that. That's easily verified. But that doesn't mean anything. So Tariq,
if you were able to do it and you're black, why can't others?
Because we're phenomenal as black people. Foundational black Americans are absolutely phenomenal. That's why we can do it.
Okay, so why can't others do it then? If they're being held down like you claim, why can't they do it? You did it. You did it, right?
Everybody can't do it in a system of white supremacy. Everybody's not going to be able to do it. I was able to do it because I understood the system and I kind of worked around it. But I called this system out. But I would have been much richer without the system of white supremacy. We live in a global system of white supremacy.
Family, understand something. Whenever you're dealing with people like this, the truth chap their buns, right? He asked the question. In 2024, is white supremacy holding you back? Yes. In the words of Dr. Neely Fuller Jr., all areas of activity, all 9 of them, entertainment, education, economics, law, health, sex, war, everything that's dealing with the society, white supremacy control it. You can act stupid with yourself, but you ain't lying to me because I know the truth. If you want to have a truth moment, come over here and we can talk the truth. Whether it hurt me or not, I'm going to still tell you the truth. Oh, God, you about to get cooked in just a few minutes because I'm heating up. If you want the truth, this ain't Jesse Lee. This ain't the Hodge twins here, okay? This ain't Officer Tatum. They kissing butts and Calvin, Miss Ann, and all that old stuff. I'm not your favorite Negro. I have no problem with white people. I have a problem with white supremacy. And if you don't know the difference, that's on you, all right? But they control everything that you can think of. Nah, it's 2024, right? At some point, black people should be controlling at least 14% since we're on the 14% of the population, according to y'all numbers, right? We should at least have some banks. I'm talking about our banks, hospitals, major farms, factories, and all this stuff. You don't have none of that. And it's not because we not smart enough, unless you're trying to make an argument that black people just can't sustain themselves. Is that your argument? Is black people that dumb and stupid? I'm not talking about the degenerates. I'm talking about the well-to-do black people.
Okay, so it's interesting because
Now, is that true or not true, Myron? I mean, shit. Am I making this up?
No.
Then why did they say that? Then why did they say it? This is their words. The white supremacists said this. This is them.
I've let you speak, but you don't let me speak.
I'm not cutting you off. This is a dialogue.
No, you have.
We're having a conversation. So I'm asking you.
No, we are. But a part of a conversation is you got to let the other. And
you're going to have to let me speak. I just answered your question. I'm asking you something. I've let you speak
plenty of times. All right, I'll let you finish your thought. Go ahead.
So Myron, is that true or not true? Do we live in a system of white supremacy or not?
There is nothing holding back black people from success.
Do we live in a system of white supremacy or not? Then why did the white supremacists say that they have a system of white supremacy? This is their words. They said this. They put this in law.
They can say whatever they want, Tariq. It's up to you on how you're going to go ahead and make a do of it. There's nothing holding back black people from becoming successful. As a matter of fact, why is it that we had stronger black households during the Jim Crow eras when black people were the most oppressed that they've ever been? We had higher rates of education. We had 2-parent households. We had successful black families. We had more black businesses. Why is it that when we were the most oppressed, as you would claim, we actually had the best statistics, but now that we have the most freedom, we're the worst off? I'll tell you why. It's because of bad decisions. It's not a system of white supracy as you claim.
Slow down.
Hold on. Let me finish my point. I want to get on this. Because, that's great, bro. Because you guys like to blame the police. You guys like to blame the government. You like to blame everybody else except for people making bad decisions. Explain to me this as well. You sit there and say, oh, you're not a foundationally black American, whatever. Okay, Tariq, let's say that I'm not a foundationally black American. Me and you get pulled over by the police. Do you think the police that are racist, by the way, and led by white supremacists, do you think they give a fuck that I'm from Sudan and that you're a foundationally black American? No, we're both niggas to them. Because my hair's wavy, your hair might be a little bit wavier, but they're not going to care. We're both going to get treated the same. We're both going to go ahead and be looked at as niggas because they don't give a shit about this differentiation that you FBAs like to do where you guys like to divide and conquer within your own race, which is clown world, by the way. That's a whole other
now
thing.
You're going to have to let me answer.
What I'm trying to say is this. Hold on. I will. But what I'm simply saying
Why are you saying we? Because you kept saying you weren't in Jim Crow. You were immigrant. Yeah. You weren't here.
No. I'm telling you by this white supremacist standards you're saying, because you're trying to say that, oh, it's different for FBAs versus immigrants. It's not. They look at a Nigerian, they look at a Sudanese, they look at an FBA. We're all the same to them, bro, because they see skin color. They don't give a fuck about your last name.
You keep talking about we. You weren't in Jim Crow.
Wow, here we go. The division once again, even in a conversation.
Lineage, we don't come from the same lineage. And if there's no white supremacy, why did your homeland fail when you had
You are perpetuating the very racism that you're complaining about right now.
Why did you have to flee your homeland after the white supremacists destroyed it? They destroyed the Sudan. That was the white supremacists orchestrating that, sir. Why did you have to flee if there was no white supremacy?
That's true.
Sure. Okay. So what do you like? I mean, what's your point with this? You're trying to say white supremacy runs the world, which I don't.
But then why did you have to flee? I mean, the British went over there. They were running roughshod over in the Sudan. The reason why it's so janky because of the white supremacists. They destroyed it over there. They orchestrated it, right?
I'm talking about the United States.
No. I'm talking about global white supremacy. White supremacy is global. It's a global thing. Right?
I'm talking about the United States because that's what's
no. The world is pertinent.
Because
you're complaining is pertinent.
That the United States is specifically is militarily.
I said global. No. I said global because there's no place we can go that's free of white supremacy. Name the country that's white supremacy free.
That's none. China.
The United Arab Emirates, Middle East in general, Saudi Arabia. Like, bro, come on, man. Yes,
dude.
Matter of fact, they stopped using the American dollar. I think that's pretty free of white supremacy. As you claim. Saudi Arabia literally just told the United States, "Fuck off, we're not using the U.S. dollar anymore." That is the biggest F you to white supremacy that in the world.
They can bomb that place to hell.
You notice he ain't got no answers. He keep jumping over, circumventing, and evading questions. He won't answer a direct question. What happened to your homeland then? I'm talking about the United States. Wouldn't the same logic apply? Tariq said global. It's global. It's not just here. But since we here, we do talk about the United States a lot, but it is global. And many people can't come to terms with it, but we done came to terms with it. See, a person like Myron, he want to be accepted so bad. And other white supremacists can see that on him. That's why they use them as buffer groups. You see how he is the attack dog. You notice that. why the white supremacists sat back and let him fight. They call it a buffer class, guys. Okay,
bomb that place tomorrow. The Middle East, they bomb that place whenever they feel like it. If you don't stop,
they're not bombing.
They got warships. There's European warships over off the coast of China now. What are y'all talking about?
Gaddafi's a good example.
Right. They'll get, when they...
Yeah, I'm talking about Saudi Arabia,
it don't matter.
I'm talking about fucking Libya.
Saudi Arabia, they have a deal with them for the oil and all of that, but they can wipe them off the map anytime they feel like.
Do you even know what the petrodollar is, Tariq?
Sir, can they not? Can the white supremacists wipe them off?
Do you know what the petrodollar is, you ignorant motherfucker?
Now you get into non sequitur, sir. Calm down.
I mean, what do you know?
Exactly. You don't know. You don't even know what the petrodollar is. You're talking nonsense.
Tariq, you've been deflecting.
I have not deflected. I have not deflected.
Yes, you have. This is my stance. No. Tariq, this is my stance.
I'm talking about global white
supremacy. There is nothing holding back.
It held you back.
From success,
white supremacy held you back, and you had to flee. You had to come flee.
There is nothing. There is nothing.
You had to flee to
there is nothing holding back. Okay, bro, you keep mentioning this whole fucking
right because again, you are a perfect example.
There is nothing
you are an example
holding back.
You are an example.
There is nothing holding back black people from success in America.
But there was something holding you back from your homeland, and you had to flee. That's why.
I mean, Myron, he makes a good point, Myron. He's saying that you fled Africa because the system he's speaking of destroyed your entire country. I mean, that's kind of a good point. It's kind of a good point. I got to admit that.
Not really, because I'm talking about the United
States. Look, SNEAKO, where you at, SNEAKO? Look, SNEAKO still in here because your country too.
No, he fled. He fled.
He fled. Okay.
No, I'm not agreeing with Tariq, but he made a good point by saying globally this system does exist.
Blessing, your mic sucks, bro. Just be quiet. Anyway, like I was saying, bro. It's very simple. I'm simply saying there's nothing in 2024 that is holding black people from success. This white supremacy that you claim is a facade. You can go ahead and become successful regardless of your skin color in 2024.
It's a facade.
If it was real in your homeland, it's real over here. It's a real global phenomenon.
So you're really going to compare Sudan to the United States of America?
Yeah, white supremacy is white supremacy all over the world, sir. It's all over. It's white supremacy in Australia. It's white supremacy in the United States.
Tariq, I have a question. Why do all black millionaires and billionaires buy houses in white communities? Why do you think that?
Well, if we live in a white community, it ain't a white community, then is it? Boop. If we live there, it ain't white, huh?
You're crying about Crenshaw. You don't live in Crenshaw.
Go ahead. Now, Myron, let's go back to you. So,
how are we going to accept that?
Hold up for 1 second. Let me just dispel this quick lie. People talking about moving into a white neighborhood. Personally, myself, right? I live in what they call a white neighborhood, but they black people here, right? Just because something nice doesn't mean it's white. What they saying is the white supremacists hoard all of the resources. So when black people get some money, they just want to go to a nice place as well. That's all. It don't have nothing to do with black people want to be around white people. But now you do have some people, some coons and some jigaboos that just want to be snuggled up against white people all the time. And that's them. But for the average day Joe Smo, such as myself, I don't care anything about that. I don't care nothing about rubbing no shoulders at no restaurants. I don't care nothing about that. If I run across some good white people, fine and dandy. I treat them as a brother. But when I run across a white supremacist, I'm vehemently against him. You heard me? Vehemently. And whatever go down. That's how I feel about it. And that's all I'm going to say. But it don't have anything to do with black people just want to be around white people. It don't have nothing to do with that. That's a myth. You want us to want you, but that's not the case. The truth of the matter, we know that you want us and you need us to survive. Take that as you will, all right?
I mean, black people in white communities.
Yeah, if we live there, it must not be a white community.
Tariq, again, you cannot refute my main point, which I'm telling you.
You're proof.
I'm telling you
that white supremacy is global.
Because you're trying to change the argument.
I'm not trying to change the argument, sir.
In 2024, there is nothing that holds black people from success. Racism is no longer a valid.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's just I'm a tether. I'm a tether, and I say so. Just because you say it, don't make it true. The experience is real. White supremacy is a very real thing.
What holds black people back then? So what holds black people from success in America?
Disparities in the judicial system, right? You got education, right? You got the financial. Yeah. Hey, come on, Myron. Come on, cut this shit.
Yeah, and even though and the great thing and the thing about foundational.
Let's address that real quick.
The judicial system. Oh, let's get to the judicial system, right?
Yeah.
It's how my community has been screaming about this shit for decades, right?
Sure.
But as soon as it hits the J6s, right, and Trump, we can. It's
you know
valid,
how you don't
right?
go into
it's valid, right? Disparities in crack versus cocaine, right? It's an epidemic when it's y'all on meth and opioids, right? When it hits my community, it's criminals. We got
Myron.
Yeah. Hey, Rios, how about this? How about you just don't go into the judicial system and don't commit crimes? How about that?
So Myron, so you think how about
Myron, you just don't commit crimes?
Family, notice something. He didn't want to tackle that issue dealing with the crack cocaine disparity. You notice that? How about just don't go? No. We want to know what was the difference between the people that were using crack and the people that were using cocaine. The difference was skin color, guys. See, people don't want to deal with the elephant in the room. People want to sweep stuff up under the rug. See, and this is what he doing. But it's going to come back to bite him later. But he always sweep things up under the rug. And this is normal. This is a tactic, guys. I'm just showing you the tactics, all right?
You think all police actions are justified, right?
No, I'm saying don't commit crimes. So you don't deal with the police.
Like Ashley Babbitt, right?
What are you talking about?
Don't commit crimes. You guys complain about what happened to Ashley Babbitt. She should not have been committing a crime. But you guys said that she was unjustly put down. So
I didn't say shit. No one said anything about that, bro. You're putting words in our mouth.
Calm down.
Nobody said that.
Exactly. Are you? By the way, Tariq, are you vaccinated?
You want to be white supremacists?
Are you vaccinated? Are you vaccinated, sir?
He's vaccinated.
That was a bad point.
Yeah, he's vaccinated. You fucking moron.
Hold on. That was a bad point. That was a bad point. He said.
He had to get.
Notice people just jumping in, calling names, getting into non-sequiturs, getting into things that's inconsequential, just all over the place. You see what's going on, right? I'm just pointing this out to y'all guys. Do you see what's going on? See, they always derail the conversation. That's a way of tapping out, guys.
Get vaccinated for his donors. His donors wouldn't know.
Man, y'all stop letting Max fool y'all. Max is not a
No, he got vaccinated because Joe Biden told him to get vaccinated.
What about your donors? Who are your donors?
4chan talk.
When you spoke about the judicial system, what happened to that?
Yeah. Because again, going back to
Myron,
that you guys are complaining about, just don't commit crimes.
That's a bad point, Myron. That's a bad point because you're saying, let me speak. You said that don't commit crimes, but their point is this. Even if they don't commit crimes, the system still exists. So they're addressing the judicial system as a whole. Forget the crimes, which they shouldn't do. Whether they do it or not, it still exists. That's their point, I think.
I could barely understand what the hell you're saying. Your mic sucks.
They're trying to adjust. How
about you let them talk? How about you let them talk and shut the fuck up and let them talk? Because I don't understand what you're saying.
No one can hear me right now.
There we go.
Yeah, bro, your microphone sucks. Bro, get this blessing nigga out of here, man. Let Tariq and this other clown, his black boy talk.
I don't have... Well, I'm talking to Myron. And
Yo, Tariq, why don't you help your run it up? He's just like you, except he's broke.
Okay, well, that was a good one. Whatever you talk.
Oh, we got Tommy in the house, too. We got Tommy Sotomayor in the house. So, yeah, go ahead.
You're South Florida trash. Right? Yes. Come on. You're not a Jew.
But Myron,
don't matter.
But we need to have a sit down, Myron. We should have a good sit down and just really chop it up and flesh all of this stuff out and really talk about this stuff person to person, face to face. Wouldn't that be a great conversation, guys?
I mean, we're talking about it right now. You haven't brought up one instance of how we're held back in 2024.
I just did, but you're just doing I'm a tether and I say so. But you don't really have an argument.
Use the judicial system.
We keep pointing stuff out and you just say...
And education. Judicial and education system.
And we pointed out your homeland and that doesn't matter.
You keep going back to Jim Crow and you talk about Sudan. Tell me about what happened and what's happening today.
I didn't say anything about Jim Crow.
I'm talking about America, dude. I don't know why you're talking about Sudan or any other stuff like that. Has nothing.
Racism, global white supremacy.
Oh man, holy shit!
And there's a reason why you had to come and platform yourself by spewing anti-black racism.
Hey, Tariq, are any of your donors racist? You
can get that dick out your mouth. That's what.
Interesting.
But we're talking about it. You
take money from racists. You take money from racists, but you want to complain about racism.
You're just white supremacists.
Hold on, real quick.
You're just saying it.
So wait.
Okay, now here comes the boring. Here comes the boring corny part. Okay,
take money from racists.
You're not witty. Let's stop it. You're not even witty.
Hey,
bro. You're not witty. You're not witty. You're not about to waste time.
No, because you're talking about it's a moral argument.
Now you're about to waste time by being unfunny. Okay, here we go.
You can't be immoral in the way you do things and then complain about morality. You can't do that.
You're not witty talking about tampons and black cops. Like, talk about what's happening right now. How about you stop talking about periods and women?
Now you're whining. You're whining. I'm talking about.
Yeah, Tariq, I find it interesting, man, how, like I said, I'm keeping the conversation.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to be focused. Now they're trying to get into
No, because you keep mentioning Sudan.
Yes, because
Sudan.
That's significant.
Okay?
That's significant.
And I'm telling you that's not significant because let's assume I wasn't from Sudan. It doesn't matter where I'm from.
You're from Sudan. You're a Sudanese guy.
That's not relevant to the debate because the point you're making an ad hominem.
That's not an ad hominem, dude. We're talking about global white supremacy. You were a victim of global white supremacy.
I'm talking about.
You had to flee to come over here to Black Daddy. You had to flee to us.
I'm talking about America. I'm about America. I don't give a fuck about anywhere else. I'm talking about America.
And you have a lane to come over here because of Foundation of Black Americans, sir. We fought racism to help you get here, sir.
Okay. Anyway, like I was saying. In 2024, there is nothing holding back black people from success.
Saying that over and over doesn't make it true. You don't have to say that over and over. Because if that's your argument, then you tap out. You don't have an argument. You're just saying the same lie over and over.
From America.
Tell me how I'm wrong.
Name a system in this country or in the world that's not dominated by white supremacy. Name something that's
NBA.
Did you say the NBA? Who are the owners?
Zionists. It's not white people.
All right.
There you go.
Is it the whole not white but Jewish thing?
Yeah, those are
the same Zionists to fund the Democratic Party, the same Zionists who are fucking pushing reparations so dumb fucking morons like you can fucking do it.
Nobody's really white.
Stop being triggered. Let him and Myron talk, bro.
So it's the nobody's white thing. Okay, it's the whole nobody's white argument. Okay.
No, people are white, but do you not know the difference between people from Israel?
White.
Do you not know the difference ethnically between whites and Zionists?
Okay, what's the difference?
They're Jewish and they don't have white DNA. They're not from the Caucasus region, dumbass. It's a whole different ethnicity. They're the chosen people. White people do not control America.
They're white, right? And that's how they came over and subverted y'all.
That's where you guys lost. Jews and whites.
So you can delineate white people and Jews, and I can't.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Why is it you can delineate between the blacks and the FBAs, and then but we can't delineate between the whites? That wouldn't make any sense.
No. Slow down. Oh, no. We delineate from Black Africans, but we're foundational Black Americans. So we're still Black.
Foundational. What does that mean?
Still Black. We're still Black. I'm just a foundational Black American. You're saying that Jewish people are not white?
I was told that the fact the FBA guys.
What is foundational Black American?
The guys who came in to call into my show, they said the blacks was something that blacks in America used, that this wasn't a term that was used. That's why they said you ask them other people what they are. They say they're Nigerian. They say they're whatever, but they don't say they're black. They said black is specific for the ones who came on my show, said it was specific for blacks in America. Is that true? Because I don't know.
Okay, because some black people will come over here from Nigeria. And is that Tommy talking? That Tommy? Now you
yes, I was just wondering, is that part true?
Wake it up. But Tommy, I would say you're not really Panamanian, but a lot of Panamanians, they come over here and if they're dark skinned, they'll say that they're black. But he's saying that a white Jewish person ain't really Jewish or white. I'm trying to make sense of it.
He said Jews and whites aren't even genetically the same.
The first time you've heard about the difference between a Jew and a white person in all the years you yap about race?
Because a lot of Jewish people
guys, now the conversation is about to turn into the difference between whites and Jews, okay? They go try to make the distinction between the Anglos and the Jewish people. The truth of the matter is they both classified as white. Simple as that. But they gonna try to make the distinction, and it's gonna be a distinction without a difference, guys. Tommy Sotomayor has entered the room.
Classify themselves as white.
Yes, to go undercover and to go under the guise of white supremacy.
Like a lot of like a lot of Nigerians and stuff call themselves black, and y'all have said that they do it to try and subvert blackness.
A lot of them try to pretend to be foundational Black Americans.
Yes.
They do.
Just like the Jews that go undercover and pretend to be white when they're Jewish and they hold allegiance to Israel. Do you not know what that is?
Africans, but a lot of Black Africans are still Black.
I understand you're Black, but don't talk about that for 5 seconds. Do you not understand the difference between the Jewish ethnicity and the white ethnicity, Tariq?
No, I don't. I swear to God, I don't.
That's genuinely concerning, the fact that you talk about race all day and you've never heard that.
He can't say it, SNEAKO. He can't say it. The Zionists funded the NAACP. They fund all their Black organizations. He can't say anything. He'll get fired.
No, I would like to know.
His wife is Jewish. That's why.
Your wife is Jewish. You know, like the Jewish person owns Black Lives Matter too.
What?
Like all the foundational things we talk about, the systems of white supremacy, they all go back to Israel.
Chimping out, bro. You gotta chill.
Explain. My wife is Jewish. What?
Boy.
No, he's acting stupid.
Okay, what are you talking about? Y'all just saying anything. You're tapping out and saying anything right now.
Yeah, I didn't say your wife is Jewish, but the first time that you actually heard that there's a difference, the system of white supremacy.
No, because nobody can articulate it.
Yeah, I'm articulating right now, but you keep on interrupting me with
I'm not interrupting you. Please articulate.
All right, Tariq,
let me explain the point, because he talks about race, and like finally he needs to understand that there's a difference.
Right.
Okay, the Jewish supremacists, they go under the guise of white supremacy, so people like you can live under a system of victimhood forever. Jewish supremacy is different than white supremacy.
Why can't you explain it without trolling?
Talk, bro.
He's just trolling. He's trolling.
I'm not trolling, but you're not listening to me without
No, because now you're talking about people like me. I'm asking a legitimate question.
Okay,
what's the difference between a Jewish white supremacist and an Anglo white supremacist?
No. They're a completely different ethnicity.
How so?
And
Jewish people are the chosen people that goes back thousands of years. It comes from
they different ethnicities. So, and they still white. They still practice white supremacy. And he said they the chosen people. According to what? The Talmud? There ain't nothing no Bible said. I'm going to give you some homework to do right quick. The Bible say when they came out of Egypt, 400 plus years, they came out of Egypt, right? That was one time. In Deuteronomy, it said, I'm going to send you back into Egypt again in ships this time. And if you know anything about Egypt, the word Egypt just simply means the house of bondage, the house of misery. Okay? The house of bondage. If you look on the back of your dollar, you see pyramids. Now, what are a bunch of white people doing with pyramids and doing with the mystery schools teaching? The Egyptian teaching, better known as Freemasonry. In the book say you will be in that land for another 400 plus years, but you're going in ships this time. If I'm lying, somebody stop my mouth. And we can go further because I have a whole banana clip. According to the Bible now, not what I'm saying. The Bible say this. And then it gives a whole list of the things that's going to happen to you. We waking up now. And I'm not no Black Hebrew or nothing like that, but I do agree with a lot of their talking points, and some of them I do disagree with. In order to be the people of that book, you have to fit the prophecies now. And that's all I'm going to say.
In the book, they come from one tribe of people. They're not white.
So what makes a person white genetically?
It comes from the Caucasus regions, the European people. Jewish people are a diaspora that have moved around. They've been kicked out of 109 countries and they travel around the world. They all go back to the same lineage. That's why they only interact with each other. That's why they only work with each other. And that's why they subvert people like you to think that there's a system of white supremacy.
So what's the difference between Jewish supremacy and white supremacy?
Yeah. I just explained they're not the same.
There's a big difference. That's like
asking me the difference between Chinese and Japanese. They're a different people.
So there were.
You can talk shit about white people all you want, Tariq. Start talking shit about Zionists, they'll shut your ass down.
Trolling.
That's not trolling. That's what the
during slavery.
So
yeah, that's not trolling. That's actually
he thinks it's trolling.
You can call white people devils if you call Jews. Well, that's not something I think everybody should admit. That shouldn't be something that anyone argues. You can call white people devils all day and no one says a word. Call Jews devil. For as much as Nick Cannon has said about white people, he's never, ever, ever had to sit down and learn about white people after he said it and apologize to white people after he said it. You can say what you want about whites.
Right, and Zionists are the ones that go and say white devil all the time. They go on and say that.
Yeah, that's not a refutable fact, right? You can't. I agree with that, right, Tommy? But to me, they all anti-black the same. When it comes to my black ass, they're going to handle me the same.
Well, I just wish that sometimes conversations were had where they were being honest. Whenever people won't be honest about something that is an actual fact, like a person who knows and just did a movie about hip hop knows that these black people are able to call white people devils and black people niggas, but every time they kind of tried to refer to Jews, they beeped it.
Exactly. Jews and white.
Let me say this, guys. What they are butthurt about is the Jewish people sit higher on the pecking order. In that caste system of being white, you have the Anglos and the Jews tussling, but they both white supremacists. They are upset because the Jews have a little bit more power, or under the guise of they have a little bit more power. Okay? That's what they argue. It's the same to us. It doesn't matter. And that's what they butthurt about. Oh, it's Jewish people. Oh, it's them. But y'all working cahoots together, right?
Jews and white people oppress black folks. That's a fact.
No, not white people. Let me explain. Tariq, you did a whole movie about hip hop. Do you know who all the hip hop executives are?
Jewish people.
Exactly. Jewish people are not white people. They do that to spread degeneracy throughout the black community, to make you think it's okay to be thugs, to prop up sexy red.
No, so it's reversed. No, it's reversed.
It's
reversed, man.
The reason why Jews and white people get lumped together is because black folks are not in position. Black folks ain't in position to delineate when it comes to oppression of black folks. White folks and Jewish people work together collectively to oppress black folks. That's a fact.
So why don't blacks and tethers work together to uplift blacks?
Because most of those tethers are trying to be under that cloak of white supremacy, right? They like they white.
Most of them? That's a large number.
We're talking about people like SNEAKO parents, right? Those model minorities. Oh, I'm not going to come over here and fight it.
SNEAKO appears mixed. He seemed like he Asian or something.
Mixed with what?
Filipino and black.
Hey, SNEAKO, what are you, SNEAKO?
Asians are the model minority.
Okay, I'm Filipino and Haitian, right? Like Haitian. So Al Sharp is looking for you at this rally come June 19th in fucking New York.
What kind of rally is it?
I'm not going to go to it's a Haitian rally. I'm good off that. I'm not going to Haitian rally for Juneteenth. Rally. By the way, the Haitians and the Caribbean are trying to steal Juneteenth. Okay, can you mute because nobody wants to talk to you? I want to talk to Tariq. Tariq, have you never heard about Jewish? You need to get a dental plan, nigga.
Yo, take that nigga down. They got no respect for the space.
Yeah, because usually that's like that's white supremacists try to pawn off the supremacy on each other. They try to play hot potato when they both practice it. So I don't really get into the ethnic background of a suspected white supremacist.
So you get into the ethnic background when you think it's white people, but when it's Jews, you stay quiet. Why?
Oh, no, because white is white to me.
Okay, but I just differentiated to it. No. That was the dumbest take.
Because you'll get canceled, SNEAKO.
Because that's the deflection.
Tariq. Before you keep echoing this retard stuff.
What's the difference? What's the difference between a anti-black Jewish person and an anti-black Anglo? What's the difference?
They're different races, Tariq.
Oh, that
doesn't mean anything to me. What does that mean to me?
That's a lie. How are they different races? Go Google this, guys. How are they different races? The last time I looked, there was 4. Caucasoid, Negroid, Mangloid, and Asiatic. They want to be right so bad, so they have to resort to just flat out, just bald face lie. Not bold face, I say bald face.
The system of white supremacy.
I can answer that one.
Okay, Tariq, do you know who created the Federal Reserve? Was it white people or was it Zionists?
Oh, y'all did it together. Both of them. Y'all did it together, right? As soon as you brought up Federal Reserve.
Answer that. Come on,
birth of a nation. What are we doing?
So you out of that victimhood nature that you use to white people and talk about the Jews as well, but you won't because they fund you.
If you had a white supremacist partner in crime from an ethnic group and they got more money from you, that doesn't concern me because you both got the money from me. So
he's funded by Zionists, 100%.
He doesn't care about who it is. He just wants to be in the victim.
No.
He doesn't care.
All of you, we look at you all the same.
As long as he's the victim forever, as long as he feels like black people are
victimizing me, you're both one in the same.
It doesn't matter who's in power.
You're one in the same. You're one in the same. All oppressors are one in the same.
Can I explain the difference?
Okay, so he just changed. So now it's not white supremacy, it's oppressors.
Right.
Let me say something, damn it.
Yep, white supremacy.
Okay, but no.
But you're
he's looping.
I'm not looping.
I'm going to jump off the stage on SNEAKO. I'm going to have to jump off the stage.
I just described to you the difference between Jews and whites. They're completely different.
I want to hear what Tommy got to say. Go ahead, Tommy.
He says, what is the difference? It is simple, and it's one that every one of y'all should know right now. You can make money off of calling out whites and not be silenced.
Bingo.
You can't do the same thing to Jews. So if that is if nothing else, that is a huge difference. That's like saying I could talk shit to my mom and she at least let me eat and go to sleep in my bed. But if I say something about my dad, he knocked my teeth out. There's a difference. I am fearful of speaking now about my father. So if that's a thing, then you know there's a difference between the two. You cannot say they're the same.
Exactly.
When one is allowed
Over.
to express yourself.
Your career's over. You need to talk about white supremacy because that's where the money is.
One allows you to express yourself, the other does not.
What are you talking about?
He made money off oppression, bro.
If all of them are practicing white supremacy, doesn't matter. We're calling out white supremacy. We're not going to break people up in ethnic groups.
But how much do the Zionists pay you, Tariq? How much do they actually pay you, Tariq? How much do these Zionists actually fill your pockets with? Because you're not this stupid. You're not this stupid, bro.
Shut the fuck up. You're not adding nothing to the conversation.
Run it up. You're a broke ass motherfucker. Shut the fuck up.
Stop it.
That's a white supremacist tactic of trying to play hot potato.
All right, so let me just jump in real quick.
That's
so,
an old trick that we don't fall for. We're not falling for that.
You don't see a difference between Jews and whites. All right.
Let someone speak. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so you don't see a difference between Jews and whites.
That's a hot potato tactic.
Oh my God, you're being
He's acting stupid on purpose because it subverts his whole career.
No, because
Jewish power.
No, that's a deflection. That's a deflection, and we're not falling for it.
It's not a deflection.
We're not falling for it. That's a
deflection. It's not a deflection. Hold on, let me make one point. If you actually watch
off you, that's all it is a damn deflection.
Okay,
all right. So you're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
All right. I just need to mute. Because Tariq, you're not being respectful. How many times am I going to tell you to stop talking for 1 second? Like, respect the space, bro. Or you can go. If you want, you can leave. But if you don't like it, my thing is this. Tariq, you said what you had to say. Let SNEAKO speak. Let Myron make his point. And
I will bounce. I don't need to be up here with a bunch
you're going to leave now that I told you the truth?
You're not. You're not doing me a favor. All right, let's keep that shit 100.
He's going to run away.
You're not doing me a favor.
Bro, we all know that Jews fund you, Tariq.
Making up stuff.
We know about your
contracts. The Zionists fund him for sure.
We know about your contracts, bro. Stop trying to act like you don't know what a Jew is. Stop acting like you know the difference between a white man and a Jew. Stop with that, bro. You're deflecting yourself because you don't want to call out a Jew. You don't. You want to call everybody white supremacists out.
That's who I'm gonna keep calling out.
Yeah, no,
and
exactly.
You can lie all you want.
Why you don't want to call it the Jew.
Zionist talking points left and right from Tariq.
Bro, you're in politics, bro. Come on, you already know this.
I won.
Yeah,
when you start lying,
just let SNEAKO say his piece and let Tariq say his piece.
Now, if you want to lie, go ahead and knock yourself out. If you want to start lying,
say your piece. Then let.
If you're going to start lying, knock yourself out. That means I won. Thank you. Now go ahead and lie. I'm good.
Okay, we know that. Well, here's the thing. We know there's a difference between Asians.
If you're going to start making up some mythological Jewish contract, knock your damn self out. That means I won.
No, I never spoke about that. Tommy, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to speak to Tariq.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I've been trying to. I think all of y'all should just wait and let each other finish.
All right, Tariq, can you not interrupt me for 5 seconds?
All right. Now, I'm not going to talk in circles with y'all. All right.
Okay, so now we established that there's a difference in the ethnicity between white people and Jewish people. Do you understand that?
And it doesn't matter because you're all practicing white supremacy. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Does everyone hear how there's a difference? Why would Jewish people practice white supremacy if they're not white?
So they could subvert y'all power when they got here.
Jewish people suppress white people.
Okay, no. I don't need I don't need his side. Okay, Tariq,
he asked a good question.
Why would Jewish people promote white supremacy if they're not white?
There are Jewish white supremacy. You had Jewish Nazis over here. You had Dan Burroughs. You had Frank Joseph. You had Jewish Nazis over here. What are you talking about?
The people that show allegiance to Israel, the Zionists, why would they show allegiance to white people?
Why would you have Jewish Nazis over here?
What are you talking about?
I just told you there were famous Jewish Nazis.
You talk about deflections 5 seconds, so you're deflecting again. Answer the question.
What? That's a deflection?
Yes, it is.
You just said why would Jewish people promote white supremacy?
He's giving you an example of it. SNEAKO, he's giving you an example of what Jews
that's a small minority. Like once again,
you can't do that, SNEAKO. See, SNEAKO, he gave you the example.
Okay, Tariq, what Jewish Nazis? What Jewish Nazis are you talking about?
I'm talking about Dan Burroughs, Frank Joseph. You had Laura
Soros.
A lot of people in neo-Nazi organizations.
You're calling Laura Loomer a Jewish Nazi?
She's a suspected white supremacist.
Okay, she
hangs around
Nazi?
the alt-right.
So
that's a more modern example.
Great point.
A more modern example. Even Milo, that's another modern example too.
Okay, great point. So Laura Loomer, she's a Zionist. She shows allegiance to Israel. Where do you see that she promotes white supremacy?
She was with the alt-right. She was out there with Richard Spencer and all of those guys.
Okay, so, because she agrees with Trump. But
also,
you see right
Ben Shapiro is a suspected white supremacist.
Are you retarded? Ben Shapiro he shows undying allegiance to Israel. He doesn't care about America. He wants Netanyahu to be the president of America.
So Israel doesn't stop somebody from being a damn white supremacist or suspected white supremacist. That's
okay. You can't be a supremacist. Wait,
that's my point,
sir. Are you that stupid to think that you could be a supremacist of two races at once?
You saying stupid doesn't mean anything. So
okay, but you can't be a supremacist of two races at once. It's very simple.
Do y'all hear how stupid SNEAKO saying? Talking about two races, and he calling somebody stupid. But the name is befitting for you, to be honest with you, because you don't know what you're talking about. You all the way in the dark. And this is what you get, guys. SNEAKO, I think one of his parents is from the Philippines and the other one is from Haiti. And this guy is about as dumb as a bag of rocks. He don't know what he's talking about, but he's so quick to speak. And you notice Myron ain't saying anything. SNEAKO is doing most of the talking now. And other people chiming in and jumping in and everybody talking over everybody. So you really can't get to the gist of the matter because they talking in a circular argument over and over, just going back and forth. SNEAKO don't know what he's talking about two races. Now I see why he got a broke tooth.
You haven't talking about Israel doesn't negate the fact that people have white supremacist views.
So you're saying, okay, no. Say that and stand on that.
There are black people, there are black Jews talking about white supremacy in Israel. So what are you talking about?
No Zionist believes that blacks are really even Jews.
Sir, they don't Ethiopian Jews going to Israel complaining about white supremacy. So
sure. You just
what are you talking about Israel for as if you can't be a white supremacist? What are you talking about?
Great. Is Ben Shapiro a white supremacist, Tariq?
He's a suspected white supremacist. No,
yes. Not suspected. Yes or no?
I suspect that he is.
You suspect it? Why?
Because of his anti-black views and his allegiance and his being around a lot of other white supremacists.
His allegiance to what?
Being around other white supremacists.
Being around? Okay, but what does he show allegiance? Tariq, what does he show allegiance to?
And his anti-black racism.
Great. Anti-black. What does he show allegiance to?
Other anti-black racists.
Okay, do you think that's his undying allegiance? What is the country he can return to?
Yes. A lot of you have an undying allegiance to anti-black racism.
Okay, no one has an undying allegiance to that. It's either a country, it's their supremacy, right?
No, it's an ideology. You have an undying allegiance to an ideology.
The ideology is Jewish supremacy, that they believe they're the chosen people. It says that in their book. That's what Ben Shapiro shows allegiance to, not white people. Not anti-black. Ben Shapiro shows allegiance to Israel. That's why he wants Netanyahu to be the president of the United States.
Anti-black racism. It's anti-black racism, which shows his allegiance.
Okay, you know what? I want to. Now you sound like a special snowflake. Ben Shapiro does not care about black people that much. He cares about Israel. It's not about you.
I know he doesn't care about black. He cares about anti-black racism. He promotes anti-black racism.
That's the smallest part of his allegiance. What he wants is the state of Israel to dominate the world. That's the only reason he has a platform.
So that other white supremacists who sees his views and anti-black racism, they have a platform to look at. So.
Okay, do you know that every white supremacist that you think you're calling out
and SNEAKO,
you know that they all
you're not white, SNEAKO, you're not white. SNEAKO, you ain't white.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I'm not talking about white supremacy.
Right. You can kill with the dumbest, sir.
Nobody's talking about. I'm talking about Zionism. Ben Shapiro does not agree with any of the white supremacists in the country. Talk to them. Talk to any of the people you think are all white supremacists. All of them disagree with Ben Shapiro.
You're never going to be an Anglo white supremacist, SNEAKO.
And I don't want to be. And I have no reason to be, and I never will be.
No matter how passionate you are to defend white supremacy, you'll never be one.
I'm not defending white supremacy.
You come from two failed homelands, the Philippines and Haiti.
You see how you keep going back to that?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the problem.
You need to thank us for being your ass over here.
You're never going to win. This is why they killed Malcolm X, because he spoke about Zionism.
Sir, stop it. You're just babbling.
They killed Malcolm X because he spoke about babbling. The real issue.
Sir, you're never going to be a white supremacist, SNEAKO. You're never.
Who wants to be? I'm a brown Muslim. I don't want to be a Christian nationalist. I'm nothing like those people.
You want to be a white supremacist.
You know what? I think I just caught on to something just now. You know, something very interesting. Tariq, I find it very problematic that you can't distinguish the difference between Jewish supremacy.
There is no Jewish supremacy. It's only white supremacy.
Hold on. Let me just.
Oh my God.
Okay. And I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on. Let me tell you why.
Okay, if there's Jewish supremacy, how come the black Jews don't have no supremacy?
There's no such thing as a black Jew. You Israel.
Oh my God! Really?
There's no such thing as a black Jew.
Really?
What? No.
What?
No, there's no such thing.
Let me explain.
They don't accept black.
The word Jewish, there ain't no such thing as Jewish. The Bible don't even talk about no Jewish, nothing. Nowhere. A Jew. Jew is short for Judah. The Lion of Judah. The tribe of Judah. Short for Jew. And Judah was the praisers in the Bible. Jubilee. The singers, the dancers. That sounds familiar, don't it? I wonder who is that? Go look it up for yourself. Judah was the praisers, the dancers, the singers in the Bible. Amongst other things, they was builders as well. They was builders in the Bible. Not something I'm making up. Go fact check me. Because I know some of y'all don't know. This is new information to some of y'all. When you look in that Bible don't fit the description whatsoever. And I can do this until in the morning. I done gave you something about the 400 years earlier. Now I'm telling you about the tribe of Judah. The Bible say Jesus Christ, the Son of God, which was God in the flesh, came through the tribe of Judah. That's the praisers. That's the builders. Them pyramids you see in Egypt, the same people here in America built them. They was over there for 400 plus years, according to the Bible. And they built up the cities, built everything. So you going back into bondage again, another 400 years. Find me another people that went into slavery in ships. And he described it. It's going to be like chattel slavery. It's in the Bible, y'all. It's there. I got $10,000 for anybody that can prove me wrong. It's in there. Because I done looked at it. I done studied this thing back and forth. And I said, I can't believe these Negro preachers didn't even tell the people this stuff. It's sitting right there in the Bible. It's sitting right there in the Bible. And they jump over and skip over and just preach like some type of abstract message. The Bible is a history book, guys. That's why they had to write the Talmud. God almighty, no.
Black Jews. No Jew thinks a black is a Jew. Read the Talmud. They have specific
SNEAKO is a product of the United States education system. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all get letting these white fragile men really indoctrinate.
Jacasa, let me just explain the difference.
Wait a minute. He said there was no such thing as a black Jew.
I just got a light bulb. Just
wait. Hold on. No. We gotta unpack that. There's no such thing as a black Jew. We gotta unpack that. Can we please unpack that?
Okay, we will in a second.
Can we please unpack that? Please.
We will.
You want to fixate on the most monotonous things. Just let Myron go.
All I was going to say was, because I think this is very important, that you don't distinguish the difference between Jewish supremacy versus white supremacy.
Because there's black Jews who don't have no supremacy nowhere. But go ahead.
Okay, that's fine. So what I'm trying to say with that is this. I think what you're conflating as white supremacy a lot of the time can also is actually really Jewish supremacy.
Then how come the black Jews don't have
the white? Okay, the white supremacists that you're talking about, like with the KKK hoods and everything else like that,
babbling, this is babbling.
Hold on. Let me finish my point, bro. Because you don't even
because you're babbling.
The white supremacists that you're talking about, the Klan members, the Grand Wizards,
those are white extremists. That's white supremacy are the judges, lawyers, prosecutors, teachers.
Come on, Tariq, man.
Come on, relax. I'm very.
Let me finish my sentence, please.
I'm very relaxed.
No, you're like hopping up. Let me finish the sentence, man.
I'm chilling and relaxed.
No, you're not.
I'm chilling like you're chilling back in Sudan.
No, he's sweating right now. He's sweating. He does not want anyone to thinking
that you're referring to. When we think of white supremacists, we're thinking of the crazy Protestants.
We ain't talking about
that. Wear the white hoods and run around.
No, that ain't white. No.
But if he's telling you that's not what he's talking about, Myron, you do have to let him tell you what he's talking about so you can argue his point. It's not fair for you to say this. I think this way. If he says that's not what I'm talking about, you can't keep saying, but let's argue what I'm thinking about. Let him tell you what white supremacy is to him, and then argue it.
I understand that.
Even Thomas Sotomayor even saying something. Boy, I tell you, Myron, now you know you have to be in the dead room. God almighty, no.
But what I'm saying is that in general, when people think about white supremacists, thinking about the Klan, etc., these guys are completely against Jews. These guys hate Jews. A lot of, like, you look at a guy like a Henry Ford, etc., these white supremacists that black was, they're holding us down, etc. These guys are extremely critical of Jews. I think we need to make a delineation between Jewish supremacy, aka a lot of these Zionists, and then white supremacy, which is what you're referring to, like the
all right. Now let me answer that. You do have a point. You do. I will say this. That's a point.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Now I will say that a lot of the extreme white supremacists, a lot of them don't like Jewish people. They actually don't like white Jewish people. They do have a problem. I know some people in the alt-right, they don't like Ben Shapiro. But here's the problem. When the white supremacist Anglos and the white supremacist Jewish people get together, they all hate us. And that's all that matters.
You think it's about black people?
It all gets on anti-black racism. They all get on code against us. So their distinctions between each other don't mean a damn thing to me. That's why I look at all of them the same way. Does that make sense?
I see your perspective, but what I will say is this.
What you're saying might just be
Jewish
true.
people.
I believe, I'm not even disagreeing. Yeah, there might be ethnic differences. Of course there's ethnic differences. Yeah. I believe that wholeheartedly. Irish people weren't even considered white until much later. Greek people weren't even considered white until the 1920s. Yeah, a lot of people weren't even considered white. But once they did,
but what I'm saying
when they were led into whiteness, when they were able to classify themselves as white, the common thread that bonded them all together was anti-black racism, and that's the problem. So I don't have the luxury
to disagree with you, Tariq.
So
with the Jews.
Distinguishing their little different ethnicities under the banner of whiteness, it means no difference because they're all oppressive to me.
Go ahead, Tom. Let me respond to that, Tariq. Let me respond to that. Let me respond to that because this is where I'm going to disagree with you. You're saying that they are all anti-black. I disagree. The Jews were actually critical in the civil rights movement with funding it, helping the NAACP get forward. Jews were instrumental in the civil rights movement with funding it and standing behind it. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because Jews historically have been an oppressed people, and they understand that open borders, liberal mindsets, and democratic governments are better for their bottom line because a lot of Jews want a one world government. Now,
let me answer that though. All right, in the night,
go ahead.
Because you have Jewish people who are white who are not racist. You have Jewish people who are white who are anti-black racist. In the 60s, there were some Jewish people.
Jewish people are not white. Tariq, stop saying that.
All right, but
they're not white.
You had Jewish people like the Levitt brothers who created the modern suburbs, and they put in their contracts that you couldn't have black people. These were white only. If these Jewish people had Jewish supremacy, they said, we want white only, no black people in these suburbs. Many of those stores that were discriminating against black people during the civil rights era, those were Jewish-owned stores. Many of those slumlords who owned those buildings that black people were complaining about, these were anti-black Jewish people. So you had anti-black Jewish people, you had pro-black Jewish people, but the anti-black ones, they fall under the banner of white supremacy too. See how that works?
Yeah, but there's definitely a strong amount of them that supported blacks and funded the civil rights movement.
And there were some that were oppressed.
Why are y'all not listening? If y'all are trying to make the argument that Jews subvert things, it's just really hard to listen to y'all make the argument when y'all say, I can't wait to get him here. Then when y'all get him here, y'all keep letting him off the hook. If you're telling people that Jews subvert people, then why wouldn't you just acknowledge they subverted that whole movement too? That some of them back blacks, some of them back the whole white side. It's like y'all just can't say it.
But Tommy, historically they back both sides, Tommy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Historically, they back both sides. That's just what.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But they won't. It's like the people are trying. Like, listen, I'm not the fan of Tariq. But I hate when people argue a fallacy with someone and then they let him off and then they wonder how they got him off. Because what you're arguing is you refuse to acknowledge the other side. If your argument is that Jews subvert things, why would you then argue with Tariq when he's telling you they subverted this? Why would you argue that?
Because he just understood that it's a different ethnicity. He doesn't realize that.
No, he did it. He said
I acknowledged it.
Okay, what he's also overestimating. I don't know if anybody caught this.
Bad faith.
I acknowledged it. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of white people come from different ethnic backgrounds.
Okay, but
when they all get together,
that's where y'all should have now stuck. Once he
keeps saying that. He keeps saying that they're from different ethnic backgrounds. They're not white. Jews are not white people.
But they're classified as white.
They keep saying that Jewish people aren't white. Well, how are they classified as white then? Stop the lies. You just upset because the Jewish people appears to have a little bit more power, or a little bit more control, and you don't like that. So they're just trying to pass the blame and, well, no, it's them. No, it's them. No, it's the Democrat. No, it's the Republican. No, it's the Bilderbergs. No, it's the Council of 13. It's all the same. White supremacy. All the same. Same thing. Jewish supremacy, white supremacy, Italian supremacy, same thing. White supremacy. We don't make no distinction. We look at them, say, oh, they practicing white supremacy. And that's just the bottom line. But y'all trying to force this down our throat. Man, we're not going to see it like that because we are being oppressed by everybody.
Point out how they would be white supremacists if they didn't like your black ass.
But you're not seeing where he doesn't understand. It's like they're classified that within the group because they want to be undercover as white people to divide white and black people to have ultimate control. That's what you don't seem to understand. And you're also overestimating the anti-black racism. That's the smallest problem. See, you're here with
not.
It's the smallest thing. That's why you're here with the suit in your profile picture. Tommy's wearing a suit. The majority of black Americans, they wear their pants sagging. They wear bras. They're out there with red hair because they subverted hip hop culture.
So here we go with these tropes again.
Let me explain.
Okay, the majority.
Zionists made black culture through hip hop to make it degenerate, and that's why you're a millionaire up here and you're not giving away your money for reparations because they use hip hop culture to make black people think of themselves as victims forever. It's anti-black racism. Why should I give my money away? Issue is the smallest issue of the.
You see how they view black people? They look to the bottom. Haven't I been telling you this? Haven't we been telling you this the whole time? They look at black people as one monolith, as the sexy reds, the degenerate culture. That's not what black people is about as a whole, family. This is the excuse and the trope that they have to use psychologically to try to justify why you being treated so bad. Because look at them. They ain't nothing but a bunch of degenerates. They only 13% of the population committing 50% of the crime, having babies out of wedlock. They welfare queen, wearing Jordans, killing each other. As though white people don't kill each other at a high rate. We too smart, guys. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's a bunch of lies. We all know the lies.
Their problems. All they know that they can control through culture to keep people at the bottom. Anti-black racism is the smallest of their issues.
So why don't y'all stay the fuck out of my culture, right? And stop perpetuating the worst of it, right? If you're not of it, right? Stick to your ethnicity, right? Whatever shithole country you come from, whatever failed government, right? And stay into that, right?
Well, I was born in America.
I don't give a fuck where you were born. You
fled from Europe,
ethnicity. Right? You have a culture and ethnicity. That's real, right? Stick to that, right? I don't want to hear you up here speaking in our lingo, trying to talk fucked up AABE. Stick to what you know, because it's also a lack of understanding, right? And it's being intellectually honest about history.
Do you know what black? Do you know that?
It has nothing to do with it, right?
No, because there's a lot of white people with black backgrounds. There's a lot of white people who got black back. That don't mean anything.
So what is a black person then?
Can I ask you something, SNEAKO?
Good question. I'm a foundational black American. I know what that is.
You keep saying foundational. What does that mean?
I know what that is. I can define that. But other black folks, that let them define what their blackness means. I'm a foundational black American. So that means my
whatever you want to use to make yourself feel special.
Do you believe you were here before the native?
Special terminology, foundational, whatever. Like they want to keep you as a victim forever. What you don't seem to understand is that Zionists want you to be in this victim mentality.
Oh no, that's a deflection. No,
it's not a deflection.
No, it's a deflection.
To think you're special.
It's your ass. You the problem, not the Zionists.
I'm the problem. The Filipino black guy is the problem.
Because you try to come over here and align yourself with white supremacy.
Filipino Haitian.
Yeah. And by the way, it was a foundational black American who stopped the Filipinos.
Well, okay, that's a serious allegation. Where do I try to align myself?
You just got your damn tooth knocked out for hanging around a bunch of white supremacists in Detroit.
Tell me, like, based on my ideology, how do I try to align with white supremacy?
Because you were sitting up there trying to antagonize a foundational black American brother, and he gave you a Harriet Tubman fist in your damn mouth.
Okay, because I'm trying to antagonize you.
Did you not just hear your tropes about what you think of the black community?
Right, and that's why you have a student. The majority of black Americans don't. Do the majority of black Americans dress like you and appear like you and speak like you? Yes or no?
We're not a monolith. We have a whole spectrum of the way we get down. That's the great thing. That's the great thing. No, there's no majority anything. No. That's the great thing about foundational Black Americans. Our culture is very vast. We have the sexy reds, we got the middle class people, and we got the heroes like the Rosa Parks and the Dr. Kings and the Malcolm X's and the Tariq Nasheeds and people like that.
Right, you're talking about the exceptional ones. Thing about our culture. But Tariq, so why were you able to become a millionaire in a white supremacist Black America?
Because I am a phenomenal foundational Black American.
Because you're phenomenal, right?
Yes.
You're
different. Because I'm phenomenal.
You didn't answer my question. Why? This is true, and every Black person knows this.
And many of us are very phenomenal. We know how to go out here and get it.
So why do the majority of Black Americans dress with their pants sagging and look up the sexy red?
The majority of Black Americans do not dress with their damn pants sagging.
Democrat.
They do not. The majority of Black Americans don't. See, you guys, you look at things.
The majority of Black Americans don't worship celebrities in hip hop.
No, worship
they
them.
Don't. That's you guys. Because you have to see.
So I'm a white supremacist who idolizes sexy red. Is that what you're saying?
If that's the case, do the majority of Filipinos eat dogs and sell their kids to sex traffickers?
Absolutely.
Are we gonna do that?
Absolutely.
All right then.
Absolutely.
Are we gonna go there? You don't want to do that?
You don't seem to know the difference.
When people start talking about his culture, he talking about Black people waiting past. Now, some of us do, but a lot of us don't. And I know a lot of guys that don't do that. Now, some of the young ones and some of the old ones, some of them have a certain mentality, but we're not a monolith, like how I said earlier. Guys, the thing what kills me is whenever that we look at their cultures, y'all, go just take a look at these other cultures. See, the whole game is to keep the camera on you all the time. So we on defense mode the whole time. But let's go on offense, guys. Guys, hear me. Let's go on offense. Since they want to talk about our bottoms, let's start talking about everybody's bottoms. Everybody can get the smoke. The minute that we hear you talk about, well, Black, okay, so you from the Philippines, okay, so let's talk about the child trafficking. Huh? Let's talk about the violent crimes that go on over there. Let's have a conversation. See, and when you start talking like that, oh God, you are being divisive. You don't know what you're talking about. Yes, we do too.
Between races, the majority of Filipinos are hardworking. I'm asking about the average Black person.
And the majority of Black Americans are hardworking.
And we're hardworking.
The majority of Black Americans are hardworking?
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are.
Are they? Okay, so why are they on welfare? Why do they commit most of the violent crimes?
That's white women.
They don't. Well, Sir, we ain't fleeing like you. If you're so hardworking in the Philippines, why the hell y'all fleeing to get up out of it?
Because I was born in this country just like you.
But like an anchor baby. That's right. They had to flee and anchor your ass here. Because you failed and your family failed.
You know what being born somewhere is? You not understand. So you actually think the majority of Black Americans, genuinely, and this is not like you're going to think this is racist, you actually think the majority of Black Americans are hardworking?
Yes, they are. Absolutely.
Okay. Absolutely,
they are. Absolutely, they are.
What are the industries that Black Americans work on? What do you dominate in as Black Americans?
What do you mean what we dominate in? What do you, as far as what? What do you mean? What we dominate?
Okay, in the workforce. In the workforce, where do you dominate?
So shout out to Black women being the most educated.
The workforce.
No, don't say that. That's not true.
They are or were at a point.
No, they're not. They're the most enrolled.
Tommy, I'll get it for you, Tommy.
You take the most amount of welfare. You commit the most amount of violent crime. You're so hardworking. Where do you dominate?
Sir, violent crime. You come
the majority
from
of violent crime is from Black Americans, by and large.
Sir, your lineage is violent. The Philippines is crime and violence over there. Sir, you come from that.
Absolutely.
That's why you had to flee. You can't point your finger at us. The majority of Black people don't commit crimes. That's a lie.
Okay, so where do you dominate in the workforce? You're running from that question. Where do you dominate in the workforce? Where do you dominate in the workforce?
White supremacy.
Where do you dominate in the workforce, Tariq? You're so hardworking. Where?
Can we answer or are you going to keep answering the same question?
See, when I say that, everybody knows the answer. You dominate in the NBA, the NFL, and hip hop. That's the systems that you dominate in. What do you dominate? Okay, nothing else.
Then what do you dominate in? What do Filipinos dominate in? I'm
dominating you in this space right now because you're drowning about Zionism.
Okay, all right. At least we dominate in that. What do you dominate in?
I'm dominating you in this debate right now because you don't even know what Zionism is.
But you're not, though. You sound stupid and you sound uninformed, right?
At least we dominate in that. Okay. At least we dominate in music. At least we dominate in sports. At least we dominate in basketball.
See, there's the answer. In music,
you don't dominate. Okay, all right. At least we dominate in that.
Those
You don't dominate
areas,
in anything.
man.
That's the answer. Music.
You dominate in fleeing.
Music and sports.
And that means we're doing better than you. That means we're doing better than you.
The economy forward, Tariq.
That means we're doing
music. And hip hop, music and basketball.
And your shit whole country ain't dominating shit but American bases, right? And Haiti is fucking failing. This is what I'm talking about. I cannot debate with.
SNEAKO, you can't say nothing, SNEAKO. You don't dominate in nothing. At least we got sports and music. You don't even have.
By the way, who is the richest black people on earth? Since we so lazy, I'm just asking a question. This is a nation within a nation. Martin Luther King said it. The Bible said it as well. A nation within a nation. Who is the richest black people on earth? So if we so lazy and we so dumb and all of this foolishness and chicanery that's going on, that y'all hear these bunch of squawking birds, all this false hoopla they doing, being lapdogs attacking, and I ain't saying anything, just spouting a bunch of tropes, a bunch of talking points that we have heard before.
You're running away from
okay, so is that hardworking music and sports?
Yep. That's hard work.
Okay, maybe that's why black people are not succeeding.
If it was so easy, why ain't you doing it?
Okay, so maybe that's why they're not succeeding. Because instead of becoming lawyers, doctors, instead of moving the economy forward, you stick to hip hop and basketball.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have anything to stick to but fleeing and dog.
Yeah, that's Chinese people, retard. You don't know
that's you. That's
Zico, your arguments
what are you all saying?
Your arguments aren't arguments, Zico. Seriously, you listen to what you just asked. And then when they gave you examples, you said they're not good examples.
Okay, because he said
what do Mexicans lead in?
No, Tommy,
okay, what do Mexicans lead in?
That is the argument. He said black people are hardworking. No, Tommy, hold up.
I'm just curious, what do Mexicans lead in?
They're very hardworking people.
Okay, and they lead in what?
You can't just say that. You said industry. He said black people are hardworking. You asked him specific industries. So then I asked, what do Mexicans lead in?
Landscaping.
Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you could turn around and then knock their, you could knock what they do too. You could say, and they get, most of them get paid under the table and aren't American citizens.
And they're a burden on the system. Let's keep it
so if you do that, y'all are giving this man the win, and it's sad to watch.
No, there's no win. He's saying that they're hardworking, but he can't even think of an industry besides crack. Where do you work hard?
That's
what he did not say that. He gave you five. He gave you five industries. That's what's not
You know,
are we doing the drug thing?
You know very well. That's
wait. I know you didn't go to drugs. I know you didn't go to drugs. I know they didn't.
And blacks don't lead in drugs.
Did he go to the drug for real?
He said crack, and blacks don't lead in this.
We don't even lead.
That's what these kind of arguments then make you do sound crazy if you're listening to this. And so whenever Tariq made the same kind of stereotypical remarks about his people, he got upset.
Right. See, but
he turns right around and
you get victimized about the racist jokes. When you talk about eating dogs, I don't victimize myself because you know very well the average Black American does not work hard. They're not.
That's a lie.
Black Americans will use victimization to not work hard.
That's a lie. We don't have an option but to work hard. We don't get anything. We have to work hard. We don't have any other option but to work hard. We don't get anything.
Yeah, if you did work hard, you would succeed. You wouldn't even be having this conversation right now because the vast majority.
Do you hear this fool, guys? We don't work hard. As hard as I work, as hard as I don't work all my life I had to fight. And now he's saying that we don't work hard because, once again, they just looking at people up in the ghetto. They not looking at us. The everyday Joe Smoke. You understand? See, so what he doing is just throwing out a bunch of futile points, things that are meaningless, because he don't know what he talking about. He don't put things in a context. That's about like me saying all white people are trailer park trash. That's not true. But what if I just look at the bottom of white society and say, oh, white people act like honey boo boo? That's not true. Because white people are not a monolith, nor is black people. But if you let him tell it, he will have you to believe that all black people just on welfare. I don't live in a nice house because somebody gave me something. I don't drive $100,000 cars because somebody just gave me something. That's foolishness. And this is why we delineate, because we can't deal with people like this, guys. This is why we had to make the distinction, because of people like SNEAKO and Myron and others that have the same mindset. We don't share that mindset. Are they some of us that's messed up? Yes. But that goes for all demographics, from the top to the bottom. But people want to just point out our shortcomings all the time. Oh, no. We're going to point out everybody's shortcomings, okay? And you won't never rid yourself of shortcomings. You won't never rid yourself of that. There's going to always be a subset of people that's degenerate. That's just human nature, guys, okay?
Majority of black, it's just not because of the victimization that you
projecting your failed, because you come from two failed cultures,
I'm actually a success at a very young age. I'm half your age and I'm more successful than you. No. Because the average black American,
you're not more successful than me.
They ride off of the victimization that you promote.
You come from two failed cultures. You are not successful, sir. You can't even get your tooth fixed. You got knocked out today, sir.
You come from asking for referrals. Come on, cut it out.
All right. I just want to interject something here real quick. I just want like 30 seconds to just make my point here. This entire argument is ridiculous, and I'm going to say why. We're talking about the United States of America. Everyone has opportunity here. Whether people want to go ahead and say, oh, well, I'm victimized and I can't have the same opportunities because of the color of my skin, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. It's up to you if you're going to become successful or not. Whether you come here as an immigrant or you're born here as a foundationally black American, it doesn't matter. You got to go out there and fucking work. The color of your skin is no longer, hold on, the color of your skin is no longer a valid excuse to say that you're being oppressed by the man or whatever it may be. Whether you're black as fuck from Africa or you're foundationally black American.
And they want a brown face just like you to say that kind of shit, right? And that's why we don't want to speak right?
Yo, shut the fuck up when I'm talking, man. Like you're here as a fucking, you're here as a guest, so shut the fuck up.
Myron, you ain't even built like that, bitch. You got a bad over.
Okay, anyway, like I was saying, fucking clown, I don't even know why he's talking. So like I was saying, you guys are going ahead and saying that the problems stem because of race. I'm saying that the problems stem because of stupidity. If you deserve to be successful and you work hard, you will get it. Your skin color has nothing to do with that. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
And again, that's why.
And to defeat that, we then, if we're saying that, to defeat that.
And with that logic, and I always go back to your homeland. If it's all about being stupid and not race, are you saying everybody from the Sudan is stupid because they got oppressed and their homeland has failed? Because they didn't build.
I'm talking about the United States of America. I find it interesting that you always bring it back.
Should apply anywhere. Stupidity is not just in the United States, sir. Stupidity is stupidity, no matter where it is. And that logic should apply to
you have different opportunities in different lands. That's actually
hold on. Because let me tell you why the stupidity matters where you are, Tariq. Because I'll tell you why. Because in the United States of America, you get a free education. You're in a first world country where you have running water and electricity. And if you don't have that, you can go ahead and get welfare. So everyone has an enormous amount of opportunity in the United States compared to other third world countries. So what I'm saying is this. If someone comes here with $1 in their fucking pocket and can't speak the English language and finds a way to become a millionaire, become successful, guess what? They did a lot better than a foundationally black American that was born and raised here, that knew the language, that's going to sit there and complain. Hold on.
Apparently, guys, he never heard of something called a glass ceiling. We all know about that glass ceiling, guys. Don't you know about it? You the smartest thing in the room, but they'll bring other people in. You train them, and they'll be your boss or your supervisor? Huh? Apparently, he don't know about that, huh? Apparently, he don't know how hard it is to go get some capital to start a business. With a 750 or 800 credit score, they'll take you to an act of Congress. But yet, your counterparts can go with worse credit. Huh? They don't have no collateral, all kind of stuff. We all know about nepotism and deputism. Come on, y'all.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Let me just finish what I'm saying. If someone comes here and doesn't even have a fucking green card and finds a way to get citizenship here, builds a business, makes a bunch of money, doesn't even speak the language, well, guess what? He did a lot better and is smarter than the foundationally black American that's crying about the system saying, I'm being so oppressed when he had the opportunity.
This is where I have a problem. Because in this country, they weren't letting brown immigrants like you come over here for a long time. Nope. Do you understand that? This country was not letting African immigrants come over here. It was the foundational Black Americans who worked hard and kicked ass in the 1960s and said, we're going to change these laws to let these brothers and sisters over here. So when you come over here and say that, yeah, we over here now, we're so much smarter and better than those foundational Black Americans who actually were the ones fighting to get me over here, that's a very disrespectful mindset to have. And that's the problem that we're having now. That's why we're delineating from that mindset, sir. You understand that?
Can I respond to that? Okay. So if you were born and raised here and you have an American citizenship and you were able to speak the English language and you had the foundationally Black American experience, as you claim, right? And you had all these resources available to you. And then someone comes in from Nigeria, doesn't speak the language, figures out a way to go to school, figures out a way to put himself through school, gets a job, makes money, becomes a doctor, etc. Who's the idiot? The foundationally Black American who had all the things available to him from the beginning, or the guy that figured out a way to come here and make it out the fucking mud?
Foundational Black Americans do that every day. You try to look at us through the eyes of the lowest denominator. You look at Black folks in the projects,
the bottom 15%.
You look at the people in the projects as the totality of foundational Black American culture. We get up, go to school, work, do our thing every single day. We go out here, run businesses, get money, do what we're supposed to do. The Nigerian brothers and sisters, or Haitian, whoever, when they come over here, we make sure that they're good. We sit up here and help create opportunities for them. When they get businesses, we patronize their businesses. We support people. We make sure that people are good. We don't have that janky ass mentality where I'm against those people. You understand? So a lot of folks, when they come over here, just because you come over here and get a job, because you're not that successful, just because you come over here and get a job, that doesn't mean you're just doing so much better and you're so much smarter. No, you came over here and got a job thanks to the doors that foundational Black Americans kicked in. You understand that?
Yeah, fantastic. But the problem is this: you kicked the door in and then you stayed in the house and got comfortable. Meanwhile, these guys came into the house and decided, wow, there's a lot of opportunity here. It took the house over. That's what I'm trying to say.
You're not taking anything over. No, stop it. No, stop.
You like to use, hold on.
What are you taking over? Okay, what are y'all taking over?
I let you speak. Tariq, I let you speak.
What are you taking over? Okay,
I let you speak.
What are you got to elaborate.
I let you speak.
What are you taking over?
Okay. He's a student of Tommy. If you let me finish, then I can go ahead and elaborate the way that you want. But what I'm simply saying is, you're saying that you guys created an infrastructure for us to come over and be successful. Fantastic. Awesome. But what I'm saying is that if you create the infrastructure and then the people that come and immigrate that have less opportunity than you come over here and become successful, then you can't sit there and be like, well, you guys are ungrateful, blah, 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 blah. There are foundationally Black Americans that do fantastic. But my problem is this: foundationally Black Americans tend to complain a lot about the system, right, that they've been able to enjoy for the better part of multiple decades and say, oh my God, I'm so oppressed.
But Myron, that's our privilege, Myron.
Let me just explain something to y'all quickly, guys. See, what it is immigrants' threshold for racism is higher than ours. Our tolerance is not as high because we've been here for a while. So we know the ins and outs of these people and what they truly are about. Not what the television tell you. Not what the politicians get up in their nice suits and tell you. No. That is just a dog and pony show. We looking at the spirit of these people. Their actions, not their words. Their actions let us know what type of people they are. And throughout history, you can see a consistent pattern all the way up into the day, 2024. Nothing have changed. Same thing. The methods have just been updated and metamorphed. But nothing has changed with these people. Every time you try to get a business or something, they always make it 10 times as hard for you. First of all, they don't want you to have it. The name of the game is for you to depend on them. That way they can control you. And that's what has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. That's why they burn your towns down, bomb your towns, put dams on them, put lakes over them, put roadways through them, put train systems through them, put airports on top of them. If I'm lying, somebody stop my mouth. Anything I said, refute it. Put it in the comment section.
And you don't. Hold on. Let me finish.
We complain about
Meanwhile, people come here from poor ass countries that didn't have any opportunity, and they're like, "Wow, you're a bunch of fucking crybabies," and they become successful in the house that you built. That's what I'm saying.
They come over and drive Uber, and thankful that they had to flee the homeland that the other white supremacists broke down, and they didn't fight them. We can't have that.
Nothing wrong with Uber. I drove Uber.
We can't have that same thing.
I have a
It's a lot of black foundational black Americans driving Uber.
2014 to this country with $2,000 in my pocket.
We can't sit here and ignore.
There's no country like America that has more opportunity. So it's me, Calvin.
Who is Calvin?
Let him finish his point, Calvin, because I want to make sure he can say what he's got to say. Go ahead, Tariq. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can't sit here and do what y'all did back in your homeland and ignore white supremacy. We'll turn this into a third world country. Somebody has to fight the white supremacists to get things for non-white people, and we're the only ones doing that. You understand these white supremacists ain't trying to give nothing to nobody. Somebody had to say, hey, you're going to have to give something up, and y'all come and enjoy that. And then when you come over here and start trying to align yourself with the same white supremacists, we're looking at you funny style. You understand that?
Right. Okay, can I respond to that? So what I'm saying to that is you're saying, oh, yeah, well, we created this foundation or whatever. But remember, my argument is simply this. In 2024, there's nothing holding back whether it's an African immigrant or a foundationally Black American. Nothing is holding us back from success. There's this white supremacy that you're talking about that's holding us back. It's not holding us back, man.
It can hold you back. These white supremacists can say, I'm going to just close the border. I'm not letting none of y'all back over here. They can do that. They run the show. And I acknowledge that. I don't have a problem acknowledging that because that's the truth. It's a race war going on, and the white supremacists are on top of the race war. They can shut these borders down tomorrow. They can shut a lot of stuff down. They can shut down our businesses anytime they feel like it. Nobody's stopping them. We're in a global system of white supremacy. That's what it is. They can go bomb your homeland tomorrow, sir.
A global system
we're in a system of black. Okay. Right. Can I respond to that?
Go ahead.
So you're saying that we're in a system of. So tell me this: why is it that Black people are admitted at a higher rate to university than white people? Why is it that they have preferential hiring? Why is it that we have affirmative action? Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. Why is it that we have historically Black colleges, but we don't necessarily have historically white colleges? Why do we have...
They're called EWIs, Myron.
Hold on. Let me finish. Why do we have
Why
all
would you
these
need to call it a historically white college? It's already baked in the sauce.
It's PWIs.
But that's my point that I'm trying to get at. We have things in place specifically for Black people, right, that are not available to other races.
That's
but
a
we
lie.
Sit here and we complain and try and say
that's a lie. White people go to HBCUs all the time. All groups go to HBCUs.
Yeah, but what's their...
So Myron. People had to create that network, right, because of the history. And that's why I say y'all see a lot of intellectually dishonest shit, right?
Right. Yeah, that's not even intellectually honest, man.
Like even the part about well, why is it that something about civil rights, right? That in the interim during the civil rights, why you're not succeeding, huh? You
all right, let's go to let's
guys, see, whenever that you don't know history, you look like a fool to the people that do know. A lot of HBCUs was named after slave owners' wives. A lot of those colleges was created simply because the mulatto children couldn't go to certain schools. If I'm lying, somebody fact check. A lot of them schools were created for their slave masters' children. That was mulattoes. I bet a lot of y'all didn't even know that.
Oh, no, I said in today's day and age.
But you're forgetting about the in-between, right?
Someone from...
But you're not mentioning...
Bro, you have to let people finish their statements. You have to let people finish their statements, bro. Like, I know you may think you know what he's going to say. Just let them finish, please. Go ahead, Myron.
No, I was just saying, I was to clarify what you're saying, I was saying that in 2024, there's nothing holding you back from success regardless of your skin color. But continue.
So you said that over and over again.
Yeah, so there's no lasting ramifications of all the policies enacted since the civil rights movement. There's no lasting ramifications, right?
What policies are you talking about?
We're talking about pumping drugs into the community, right? By way of Iran-Contra. We're talking about NAFTA. We're talking about crime bills, right? We're talking about welfare reform. 2 crime bills and welfare reform. And welfare didn't even benefit us, right? But they damn sure racialized it, right? And that was right after NAFTA, right? That trade deal. Took most production jobs away from that middle-class working community, right? Shipped them overseas. Right, so you're not being intellectually honest. You're glossing over all that, right? And with those trade deals comes immigration policy, which a lot of you motherfuckers got here. Let's keep this shit a buck. So come on.
Okay. So explain to me then. So you're talking about immigrants, blah blah blah, coming in here. So as a foundationally Black American, you have all the advantages. You're a U.S. citizen. You speak the English language. You got a free education.
Because they're still that system.
What's keeping you back from beating out? What's keeping you back from holding, just beating out some, spear chucking African?
Now, why does he have to be a spear chucker? And you're African.
Oh, that's what you've been saying the whole time.
I never said nobody was a spear chucker. I don't.
You made a bunch of jokes about Africans and everything else like that. These immigrants, right, that you've been ridiculing the entire night. Why can't you guys beat them out as American citizens that can speak English?
We have.
Not just beat them out.
We have. We're doing better than them.
Okay. So
because the system likes to underpay you. We're doing better than you.
Myron, we're doing better than you, brother. I mean, come on, man.
That's actually
the system actually likes to underpay you, right? And they know you're docile.
That's actually not true. Nigerians are some of the highest. Nigerians are the highest earning Blacks.
No, they're not.
What you're talking about.
No, none of you guys. You guys are not really balling out, Myron. Let's stop this fantasy.
The Nigerians are by far the most successful Blacks.
Myron, none of you are balling out. Name the prosperous Nigerian community in America.
Fake diplomas and flake stats, right?
Real talk. The fake diplomas.
All right, let's go. Wait, real quick. Let's go to Chief Trump, sir.
Yeah, I gotta go.
That's a fact.
You better change that subject. Y'all not balling out like that. You're not doing so much better than us over here.
Nigerians are the most successful Blacks, bro.
How so? How? Okay, then name the successful.
They have the highest annual income, somewhere around 80.
Okay, they have. You know why? No. Let's break that down. That household income is higher.
What's the excuse now for why they're laughing?
The household income is higher for a lot of immigrants because most foundational Black Americans have 2-income households, either one or two. A lot of you immigrants have 30 niggas living in the house, all driving Uber, and that makes the income for the household go up higher. That's the only reason. It's not that you work harder. It's more of you living in a damn house. So tell all of it and put it in the right context. It's not that you have these prosperous communities.
Love the stereotyping.
Y'all don't have them.
That's not true. That's
100% true. There is no prosperous communities that you guys have like that. Y'all just live in the house.
Tariq, have you thought
y'all
about
have a whole bunch of people living in the house.
I'll tell you why Nigerians earn more. I'll tell you why. Because they have 2-parent households.
No, they have 30. They have 30 members in the household.
Hold on.
It's a whole bunch of people.
They have 5-parent household. They have 5-parent household.
You can say whatever you want.
One father, 4 wives.
The point is this.
Come on.
The point is this. They value the nuclear family. That is the biggest thing here that the FBAs don't see.
In Nigeria has the highest fraternity fraud in the world.
Y'all be beating y'all bitches up, man. Cut it out.
Don't you dare go there. Nigeria has the highest fraternity fraud rate in the world, sir. They don't value.
And that's why they have. And that's Yes, but they're also wildly successful as well.
Okay, don't sit there talking about a nuclear family and there's orphans.
That's why, and they have nuclear families. That's why they come here and they become.
Guys, they taking a small population size, comparing it to 40 million people. That's about like us sending 100,000 people like me to Nigeria. Of course, I'm gonna do better than the general population. I mean, that's just simple logic, guys. And he says that we don't value the nuclear family. My parents been married for 53 years. My wife's parents been married for like 40 years. People just come up with these ideas and they just run with them because they want to just believe the false narrative. But we're not going to let you get away with it because we're going to block you off at every turn, every corner. He said that we don't value that because he keep looking in the wrong places. They don't want to see it because everybody needs something to just try to just punch on. And they have made us the punching bags, guys. That's just all it is. We are the world's punching bags. Guys, right now, if I wanted my channel to blow up, all I have to do is start talking like this. My channel will blow up on YouTube. I guarantee, I'm 100% sure. If I start throwing out these anti-black tropes, my channel will blow up. By this time next year, I'll probably have 200,000 or 300,000. Easy. But I'm not willing to do that because I know the narratives are false. And I don't deal in fabrication. I deal with truth. Nothing but the truth. So help me God, all right?
Become successful because they have 2 parents. They send their kids to school. They make them work really hard. While the dad drives Ubers, you make jokes about it. And he's sending his kid to med school. Yes, that's why they're successful.
Sir, no. It's all the people living in the household. That's why you cannot point.
How are you just going to say no?
Yeah, because he's just saying stuff. That's why you can't
point. But you're just saying
you can't point to a big prosperous community that's Nigerian, that's Sudanese, and none of this stuff. You can't point to it in America. You can't point to it.
I like how you deflected the argument when I told you the most successful blacks are Nigerians.
All right, and I've debunked that.
Are you using per capita numbers, Myron?
Well,
I'm talking general.
Yeah, they're making $67K per year.
Nobody's worried. Bro, I'm not
American dumbass.
Okay, right? They choose y'all because y'all will take the lower wage. You won't give it any pushback.
See, notice how I give a fact and then they go ahead and just make stereotypes.
I didn't even. You didn't give a fact. I countered that lie you told and told the truth.
Yeah, you countered it by them doing fraternity.
You talk. Yeah, because you can't talk about the nuclear family and there's fraternity.
First of all, how about this? I mean, kudos to the Nigerians for having.
And I'm not knocking Nigerians. I'm not knocking Nigerians
and make more money. Like, I mean, well, at the end of the day, he's trying to make a point, and if Nigerians choose to use that strategy, good for them. I mean, congratulations. That's great. That's smart, actually. We should congratulate them. How about Blacks for not doing that? How about you guys take a lesson from that?
I'm not taking a lesson from people or from any country where they're defecating in the streets and they can't get it together. All right. Well,
you guys were better off here.
That's not a stereotype. I'm not taking. I'm not.
Racist.
No, that's not racist. When you come from failed homelands, I'm not taking no cue from that.
And I mean, most of y'all in here parents come from failed homelands. Where they do barbaric shit. But come on, cut it out.
Yeah, we're not taking no cue from you. They come the hell out of here.
So let me
take a lesson from you.
They come from failed homelands. And then they still laugh.
No, they don't. They're not laughing at
shit, bro. Your mom is at home.
They're taking me to the airport.
Yeah, they did. They work together.
You're not laughing anything. No, you're not.
Here we go.
They did.
They're not.
Because
that's a fantasy.
Yeah, they came up with a method for them to make.
That's a fantasy.
They came up with a method. They outsmarted you guys.
No, they didn't.
They did. They said, "Hey, how about this? Let's come together. Let's create more income within the household. Let's live together and let's do this and let's become,
So let's all drive Uber. We're sure showing those FBAs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You showing us with your Uber.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway.
Yeah. So Tariq, once again, if an immigrant that doesn't even speak the language can come here and be successful, there's nothing holding anyone back.
You're not that successful, sir. You're not.
I'm
talking about immigrants in general. They're not really that successful like that. You come over, you flee 3,000 miles to get a job. Okay, you flee your homeland to get a job. All right, you're not really balling out like that. You're not. You're not
flee to America because there's opportunities in America
that we created. Yes, I know that. We know that.
So you created it or white supremacists created it? Which one?
We had to fight these white supremacists to allow some of these opportunities.
By your logic, then we could go ahead and say. You didn't create anything. It was George Washington in the squad. Like, you're using the logic of we created this, but like, who's
black
thriving?
Supremacy, and there's not. See, 45% of single mother households are black. Average black American woman weighs 186 pounds. If you're going to bring up these metrics, like you're failing in every single one of these metrics, and then you say Haiti's failing, you say Nigeria's pooping in the streets. Look what's happening. Look at the statistics in America.
Foundation of Black Americans. We ain't living like third world people. We're not. And you white supremacists are in the trailer parks living worse than that, but you still got white supremacists. See, the thing about you white supremacists, your white supremacists, your whiteness is monetized.
He's making out this white supremacist.
Your white supremacists, it's the only thing that keeps you awake at night is the fact that you can fall back on white supremacy.
That's an emotional argument. Argument.
Tariq, no one is a white supremacist here. I don't know why. We didn't even talk about race until you came in here.
Yeah, you don't have anything going on except white supremacy. You're dirt poor.
Tariq, we got your
whiteness is monetized.
Oh yeah, Myron. We understand and we know that you are not a white supremacist. You a wannabe. You and SNEAKO. But the crazy thing about it, that's about like a gangster. The worst person to deal with is a wannabe gangster. Because he's trying to prove a point. So he'll go over and beyond to try to prove that he's a gangster. You're not a white supremacist. But you will go over and beyond to prove that you are down with the team.
And all that. And
you literally only talk about race, Tariq. Like, we weren't even talking about that.
That's all you guys do. And we're calling you out on that.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Bro, there's no
There's literally no argument to back that we're white supremacists. You have a victim.
It is.
And you're really
you being in denial. Y'all love to practice white supremacy, then deny it, which is
so Tariq, is Shapiro.
Tariq, you can't honestly say that all they do is talk about race. All you do is talk about race.
Tariq, is Ben Shapiro a white supremacist?
He's a suspect.
Listen, that'd be like me saying I don't talk about race. No,
He really, someone quote that. Tariq Nasheed thinks Ben Shapiro's a white supremacist.
Right.
Well, that's where y'all should have stopped that, though. Y'all never drilled down on the questions you should. Right there, when you said he backs white supremacist talking points, why did none of y'all say what talking points are those? Y'all literally defeat your own argument and y'all make it easy for him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, so you call it out, Tommy, then. Then get out of the victim mindset that Tariq is holding.
Oh, God.
No,
you got to get out of the victimizer mindset. You got to get out of the victimizer mindset.
Isn't it ironic? This just came to me. Thank you, Lord. This just came to me. They said get out of the victim mindset. Weren't they just complaining about Jewish people? So who has the victim mindset? I'm just saying. I'm just asking for a friend. How you like me now?
Y'all just have an honest conversation. That's the only thing I hate. People, I get that when we get on our separate sides, we got to speak the way we speak. But I got to tell you, Tariq, in this conversation, I've seen him speak in a way I hadn't seen him speak. I think he might have been watching me a few videos, but he is set up here and he been playing. He been rope-a-doping y'all. And y'all look bad.
No, man, that's not true, man.
Y'all do look bad from the outside looking in. You do.
He didn't prove anything.
Tommy, he hasn't made one substantial point about anything.
But neither have y'all. Y'all been calling them names. I've heard so many people say dumb, stupid motherfuckers.
He called them dog eaters. He said Nigerians poop in the streets. Like, what are you talking? What point has he made?
Made no solid points, bro.
Besides saying
y'all have to hold him to what his
He's been making ad hominem attacks on me the whole time.
See, guys, you have to pay attention to what people say. And I'm glad this is being recorded. SNEAKO came in, tried to just make it sound like black people was a bunch of degenerates, like black people was a monolith, like we all the same. Tariq came back and rebutted that and said this. That's like me saying that y'all traffic children and eat dogs. He was just responding to what SNEAKO said. He was trying to prove a point. And now he talking about they were trying to ad hominem attack me. Pay attention, guys.
Besides thinking that Zionists are white supremacists, he hasn't made any point at all.
No, he did. Hold on. And again, y'all know he'll tell you, no love lost. He made a point when he was trying to tell y'all, if you say this about Jews, they subvert everybody. So I'm just going to look at them as white people because the white people are doing the same thing. Y'all did not make y'all did not make a good reverse argument. So he won.
Right.
You can't do that.
Yeah, no, he said Ben Shapiro.
Because they don't have.
I said, but y'all never asked.
Ben Shapiro
Tariq, did they ask you what your points were when you said he backs up white supremacist talking point? Did they ever ask you to elaborate?
No, I just told who he was associated with.
Sure,
right.
Exactly.
They don't have a counter. They don't have a counter. But
y'all don't ask. You can't Tommy, not ask the right question and then turn around and say they did something wrong.
Not once did he ever admit that there's Jewish subversion tactics.
Yes, he did.
Tariq, are there Jewish subversion tactics?
I talked about it in the 1960s how there were.
He literally did. See?
I did. I did.
Not in the 1960s. We're not living in the Jim Crow era. I'm talking about
this is not supposed to happen.
Even now, I can talk. Even now, you have white Jewish music execs who degeneracy.
I am not supposed to be over here. I'm waiting on this man to call me one crispy. He ain't done it.
No, wait, hold on.
No.
Wait, but Tommy,
I'm on these guys.
I ask him again: Is there Jewish subversive tactics? He says white Jewish. They're different races. We established 5
because
times.
There's black Jews. Because I just can't say Jews. There's black Jews.
Yeah, he's explaining to you. He believes there's 2 different kinds of Jews.
Right.
It's not like he didn't say it.
He doesn't understand that
black Jews. There are black Jews who don't have no power.
And if he's an FBA and he also believes that blacks were in the United States before whites set foot, you don't think he also believes that there were blacks that were Jews too?
Yeah, that's retarded. See, no.
But you think you're not hearing me though. You think it is. There's several black Jews who believe that they're Jews.
Yeah, but no actual Jews believe in that. Whatever blacks can believe what they want to believe. It doesn't make it true.
There's women who think.
But there's many of us. Wait a minute. Nick Cannon. Hold on a second, SNEAKO. Nick Cannon. What got him kicked off his show? What did he say that got him kicked off?
He said something about the Jews, huh?
No, not something. Don't do that. See there? You're being disingenuous. Let me tell you exactly what he said. He said blacks were the original Jews. That's what got him kicked off.
The majority of slave owners were Jews. So I don't know.
What I'm saying is y'all won't admit that there are people, one of the greatest things that people believe that Jews did, and they can back it with Bible verses, that Jews subverted blacks and their heritage. That's literally what made Tariq and I fall out, because I didn't know what he was doing, whatever. But that was what I brought on.
That's not what made me fall out. No, that didn't make us fall out. That's absolutely not what made us fall out. That's what made
you fall out. I never fell out with you.
No, it did.
You did. Because they came and told you what I said on my show. Because before that, we was cool. Before that, you was like, get after these black bitches. You literally said those words to me.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. It's on tape during our interview.
Play. Can you play a tape of me?
I sure can. I will put the video. I will put the interview back up, ladies and gentlemen. You'll get the interview. He literally said
that. I don't
sustain it.
He sure did.
I want to hear that.
They don't deserve it.
I don't make up lies. There's no reason for me to sit there and lie about that. I'm not going to say somebody said something they didn't.
And I didn't know nothing about Jews or nothing to some black Jews or what. I don't know nothing.
No, I'm saying what I said on the video. What I said was, they asked me, they said, why is it that Hidden Colors doesn't address that Jews took black heritage and subverted them, and now they're trying to claim that they're the Semitic people and saying that blacks are anti-Semitic, talking about it. I said, and it was right after me and the girl I was dating had just went to Dallas and seen the movie. And I said, what? I said, I'll talk to. I said, I don't know why he didn't bring that up in 1 or 2. I said, I don't know why he would bring up all this Hidden Colors, but not bring up that Jews will not acknowledge black Jews. For some odd reason, they will not.
I didn't have a problem with you because of that. I don't know nothing about that.
There's people in the comment section saying he sure did on that interview. It starts off being nothing but a game.
Most people have no idea what you're talking about. Let me explain Judaism to you. If you read the Talmud, they do not accept black people. That's not even like black Jews. They can say it just like black people say we're kings and queens. That doesn't make it true. Black Jews are not accepted in the Jewish community.
See, but what SNEAKO failed to realize, nobody is looking for no acceptance from them. That's the whole premise. Nobody's looking for no acceptance. That's why they had to write the Talmud in the first place, because the Bible disputed everything that they stand for. Who cares whether they accept you or not? Nobody's looking for acceptance. Therefore, we don't fear rejection. Oh, but you finna find out not too many days from now who the real people are, which a lot of people know anyway, all right?
Definitely, okay, hold on. They know they took their heritage.
Hold on. But wasn't the Nazis, their whole argument was that the reason they had a problem with Jewish people because they had Negro blood. That was the Jewish argument.
No, it actually isn't. The Nazis had no problem with Negroes.
No. The Nazis, according to their documents, they were saying that the problem with the Jews is that they were a Negro race.
No.
What?
This is what...
No, what are you talking about?
Yes.
It literally wasn't, Tariq. It wasn't.
You think you're the main character in every situation. Nazis did not care about black people. They cared about Jewish people.
Go read the book Hybrid Hate. Go read the book Hybrid Hate. This is what they were... This is a white man wrote this book called Hybrid Hate. They talked about how the Nazis, the whole issue of anti-Semitism was that they didn't like the Jewish people because the Jewish people had black blood.
That is a lie. Even Hitler said the reason he didn't like the Jews was what they did was they came into their community, and what he said was he had the women prostituting themselves out, which was true in Berlin. Said they brought all kind of gay culture to their Christian background, and that they were a part of when they lost World War I, and that's why almost he said that's why when he started with the Autobahn and stuff, the idea of what they would do was they would charge people with loans, and everybody had a problem with that. Because Hitler believed, like Jesus believed, you loan money, you don't get any interest. And they were literally getting rich off of interest. He never said they had black blood. It was an economic argument.
In Mein Kampf, he said they were a Negroid race. He says that in Mein Kampf.
No, he doesn't. No,
Tariq,
that's what I don't like.
He wanted to be the center.
That has never been their argument.
That's been the argument. The argument wasn't religion. He said...
No, it was economic. Everybody kicks the Jews out over economy. The reason JFK is dead is because he tried to talk about the economy that the Jews had built under the Fed.
Not everything's about black people, Tariq. It ain't
about race.
Then why did he say that they were Negro?
Because you want to be the center of attention at everything. It's not about black people. He didn't say that. It's the smallest issue of all time.
It's in Mein Kampf. He said it in Mein Kampf. Y'all look it up. I'm not saying this. This is what Hitler said in Mein Kampf.
Show the quote right now.
Okay. I'm on an audio thing. I can't show you.
You can exit the app.
We don't have a screen to show you.
You can leave the app and still be on the space. I don't know how you're a millionaire. You don't know how to use a phone. Like, how did you be? You're hardworking.
Okay, you're trying to be snarky.
Well, if you think about it, if you're telling him he could do it, you could do it.
You brought it up. Okay. You're supposed to cite this.
I know, but we all can do it to prove him wrong.
Right. Yeah, prove me wrong.
See, that's what I mean. We're not having a fair conversation.
Bruh, you can't prove a negative.
You see, me and him just went at it, but I'm still trying to be fair. Why, if y'all really wanted these conversations to go somewhere, if they were just public displays and bullshit, then we're going perfect.
Well, okay, he's the one who brought it up, so cite your source, because this is the first time anybody's ever heard that.
Well, he cited it. He said it was in a book, but he didn't know. It's like when people tell me it's in the Bible. I go look it up.
Tommy,
right.
No, the problem is we're going around in circles for a couple of points. SNEAKO brought a point about the difference between white supremacy and then Jewish supremacy. Tariq has the opinion that Shapiro is a white supremacist, or he says suspect white supremacist, when there's a thing called Jewish supremacy. That's the difference. And when he says a white...
But why didn't you ask him to elaborate?
No, I've been trying to for 30 minutes.
No, you haven't. None of y'all pinned him down on it.
Tommy, let him speak for 5 seconds.
Tommy, bro, I've been like 2 days no sleep here. So I'll be pretty brief. The whole thing is that this whole white, Jewish, whatever, there's a religion and there's a race. There's two parts of it. So when you guys talk about is he white, is he black, there's different parts of it. So I'm going to be ethnically Jewish. We have a religion that's Jewish. There's different parts of that. The other part SNEAKO brought before about the hard working and all of that. What he's talking about was in terms of the different industries and what the percentage is demographically of each sector. That's what he was asking Tariq initially. Then he kind of ran around that point, and also the point about the crime statistics, which he ran around as well. You can say somebody's hardworking, and there are individuals that are hardworking for sure. But we're talking about like what sectors and what demographic percentages are in each sector. That is the difference he is referring to there. I think when he calls Shapiro a suspected white supremacist, when he is Jewish, the Jewish supremacist, to be able to say that instead of leaving the white thing. The whole white Jewish thing is different from saying a Jewish supremacist. That's a conundrum that they'll be going in circles around like in 30 or so minutes here. So that's, I gotta go. It's been like,
let me tell you, Ben Shapiro is not a fucking suspected white supremacist because he allowed his employee by the name of Candace Owens to say what she wanted about whites. But when she said what she wanted about Jews, she got fired.
Right.
Say what you want. Again, he might be a suspected white supremacist. If you can say that, and I agree, whatever you say, Tariq, but then you have to ask, why was she able to talk about blacks, whites, but then as soon as she said something about Jews, she lost her job?
These people might not be white supremacists, but they'll do until the real ones get here. And Ben Shapiro points align with the alt-right and these extremist talking points, man. I don't distinguish none of these people. And getting back to Hitler, didn't Hitler say something along the lines of Americans know who they have over there? Don't Americans have God jewels? Didn't Hitler say something like that? He said they know exactly who they have over there. God's people, according to him. Not what I said. A lot of people know, guys. So we ain't looking for no acceptance from nobody. Because the Bible tell you that there is going to be a confederacy. All nations go come together to press you down. Nobody is pressing them people down over there in the Holy Land right now. The Bible also say the Holy Land will be trodden down by the Gentiles until the end. See, you don't know this stuff because you don't look in the Bible. Nobody ain't told you. Okay? There ain't supposed to be nobody over there as of yet. Not yet. Because they gonna have to be returned to the land.
Mm-hmm. Well, she didn't get to say too much about whites, but yeah, when she said something about
you said too much. She said nothing. She got to say nothing about Jews though. Literally talking about Jews got her fired. Then the man called her anti-Semitic. Quickly.
Hey, Brother Tommy. Absolutely. Brother Tommy, crazy enough, I just Googled it and looked it up. In the Mein Kampf, Hitler did mention the Negroid blood, which is wild.
No, but I asked you. That's what you see how I stopped and said.
Mentioning Negroid blood doesn't mean he thinks blacks were Jews. Read the quote.
Yeah, read the quote. Let him read the quote. He said he looked it up. Let him read the quote to us.
Just because he said the word Negroid doesn't prove that whatever Tariq was talking about.
Exactly. That's what I said. Yeah, he should be reading it right now.
And before
Jordan Oren.
How he gonna say he just looked it up, and then when we asked to read it, he's silent?
Yo, Tommy, I just put in the Jumbotron tweet of Ben Shapiro.
Do us a favor, just read it. Go ahead. We're all ears.
The browning of America. How can he be a white supremacist and not care about the browning of America?
Well, I have my AI pull it up real quick, but it's in volume 1, chapter 11, titled "Nation and Race." It says in this chapter, Hitler elaborates on his racist ideology, making various unfounded claims about racial purity, including the assertion that Jews possess Negroid characteristics.
Keep on going.
Negroid characteristics doesn't mean they're black.
That's what I'm saying. Keep going. Yeah, help me out. Keep going.
It's blocking me from looking any further.
Do you see how vague that is? But now look up what he said about. Now look up what he said about the reason. It is in that volume and chapter. Now look up every speech he's had, because literally when he talks about Jews and his problem with Jews is finances and degeneracy. It's not there. It's not.
To be honest with you, I think they're both right. It was about economics and about the bloodline, to be honest with you. See, I'm fair across the board. If somebody is right, I'm man enough to say, you know what? I was wrong. They was right. Okay? I stand corrected. You understand that? But most people don't stand in my position. Most people want to just ride the lie until the very end. You understand that? All right, let's go.
I had the conversation with Jared Taylor. That's a fair argument because he makes the argument. I had the argument with David Duke. David Duke was one of the ones who talked specifically about the Jewish supremacy. Yeah, he does.
And that's why he's still banned on X. He's one of the only people, because you cannot criticize them. And Tariq's whole platform with this space exposed is built on a lie. He's not going to call out the true powers.
What's the lie?
The lie that it's white supremacy and not Jewish supremacy.
It is white supremacy. It is white supremacy.
Okay, wait. Tariq, do you take money from white supremacists?
No.
All right. Do you have any dealings with Jews?
His platforms.
No. Who? No, I don't.
Do you have any business dealings with
YouTube channel?
I do not.
Your YouTube channel.
Well, who? YouTube is run by Jews.
This fucking retard. This fucking fraud.
I don't know who runs the damn card.
This space you posted, this was great. Tariq, you're a fraud. I'm done.
I'm a fraud because I don't know what white supremacists run the damn YouTube. What the hell? Is that some kind of gotcha? I don't know who runs YouTube.
Oh, white supremacy is not allowed on YouTube.
That's some kind of gotcha?
It's not allowed on YouTube.
Oh, so that's a gotcha? So is that really a gotcha?
No, white supremacy is not allowed on YouTube.
Are you insane? You insane?
These
white supremacists all over YouTube.
Give one example. Give one example.
These suspected white supremacists, PewDiePie. These
Wait a minute, why is PewDiePie? I'm not gonna let no ill speak about PewDiePie. Why is PewDiePie suspected?
Yes, these suspected white supremacists.
Why is he? No, Tariq, I'm not gonna let you get away with no evil about PewDiePie.
No,
my daughter like PewDiePie. I'm not gonna let you get away with that evil, sir.
I gotta, man, come on. YouTube is full of these white supremacists.
What does PewDiePie do that's white supremacists?
Lord, wasn't he running around yelling nigga at one point? He's a suspected white supremacist too. Come on, man.
My daughter upset with you now, no?
They up here acting like this is a gotcha. Good Lord.
Yo, you gotta be trolling, bro. You gotta be trolling. There's no way, bro.
Come on, dude.
Tariq knows, bro. He just doesn't want to say it, man. He knows who runs YouTube.
What don't I want to say?
You know who runs YouTube, bro.
What don't I want to say?
How about, wait, Tariq, I'll say some direct white supremacists.
So do I do business with the owners of YouTube? What is that? Y'all just, these guys don't really have an argument.
There's some direct white supremacists, not suspected ones, but direct. Like they come straight out.
Donors with Jews. Don't you have Jewish donors? Don't you have
What Jewish donors do I have?
Do you?
No, where? What? No,
yes or no? Do you have the Jewish donors?
Hell, where would I get a Jewish donor?
Tariq,
what?
Tariq, I gotta ask you this though. Is your wife Jewish?
Why would you ask me that? Why would you ask me that?
Is your wife Jewish?
You know good and well my wife is not Jewish. Now you're trolling. Okay, you're not white. Good Lord. Now here's trolling. Here's the trolling hour. Now you're tapping out.
Get it, Myron. Get it.
Lying means I won.
I saw a picture.
Lying means I won.
Is it your wife?
Lying means I won. If
I'm not trolling.
To lying.
God,
I'm asking a legitimate question.
Sir, no, you're not.
I'm asking
if you're reduced to lying. No, you're not.
He reverse psychology you.
No. You're reduced to lying.
He got you with the reverse psychology. He got you.
I'm not even trying to be an asshole, bro. I've literally seen pictures. I saw your wife. She's white, or she's maybe a long-time girlfriend. I don't know.
Stop it. You know good and well my lady ain't white. You're projecting your desire to be white onto my lady.
That sounds like a feminist shaming a man.
You want to be white, and that's you projecting your desire.
You're projecting. You're insecure.
That's you projecting your ass off. You know good and well my lady ain't white. My lady's the foundation of Black American queen. You better stop it. You better stop that.
Wait a minute, though. If white people are so supreme, then why would they allow a person to, like, if they marry kind of outside of their race? Isn't that a start of something? Like, imagine if, let's just say my wife, if her mother was white, then people would say that the reason I talk bad about black women is because I'm laid up with. They would say my girl is white. They would talk shit about her. They would bring up the fact that my girl is not black. They would say this. Why is it that that's not a fair question the other way around?
That's a troll argument. That's not a real argument. That's a deflection. That's not a real argument. That's a deflection.
I can't believe you're like denying Jewish supremacy. That's just crazy.
Okay, bro. That's a tactic that nobody's falling for. That's a deflection.
That's not a tactic. What is that?
Everything is a deflection.
Mike from Nevada said, "Is her mother Jewish?"
You're trying to me.
Nobody's Jewish in my family or my wife's family. That's some white supremacist bullshit.
John from San Diego said, "Is she white?"
Right. To the white supremacists, everybody's a damn Jew, according to the white supremacists. That's just a deflection. That's not a real argument.
It's not a deflection.
John from San Diego wanted to know, was your wife's mother white, though?
Yeah, my wife's lady's white. Her mother's white. But my lady's black.
So why do you be talking about them coons and they be saying, "What are white women at?"
Shit, what does that got to do with my lady?
If you're saying that make them coons, but they asking what are white women at, then come on, Tariq.
You got to articulate the argument, Tommy. You ain't articulating the argument.
Tariq, you said it.
You ain't articulating the argument.
If coons say this, then with my logic, your father-in-law be cool.
He might be. I don't know.
I'm out. I'm going to bed.
He might be. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. Or my black lady.
Well, bro, she's half white, though.
So he's a suspected cool.
There ain't no such thing as half white or half black. That's an immigrant talking. Because we all know better than that. Ain't no such thing. Guys, let me just paint a vivid picture for you right quick, okay? Remember when the slave owner used to violate these women and then they have kids and children by the slave master? Them kids was put into fear. Them kids didn't get no preferential treatment or none of that. None of that. They was a nigga. Don't you understand that? So I just wanted to paint that picture for you. They didn't get no preferential treatment. So I don't know why they talking about, well, she half. There ain't no such thing as that. There ain't no such thing as that. Either you white or either you not. Either you're white or either you're non-white.
She's black.
Well, she's half white, so she's black. Foundationally Black American.
She's a black lady. And you ain't.
Bro.
But you said white people are...
Bro, I'm blacker than your wife,
and you ain't white.
What?
My lady is black and you ain't white.
I'm blacker than your wife.
No, you're not. No.
Nigga, I'm blacker than your wife.
No, you ain't. Oh, no, you ain't.
I'm telling you.
No, you're not.
I am. She's half white.
No, you're not.
She's half white, man. I'm full to the knees. I'm
Lord,
black as hell.
My lady come... No. There ain't nothing.
Tariq,
dude, you are a wannabe white supremacist.
I thought you would have done better than that.
You are a Filipino.
That is Myron.
That's SNEAKO.
Oh, that's Myron. Oh, yeah. Myron is a Sudanese Arab.
Bro, I'm blacker than you white, bro. Come on, man.
Look at him.
I'm blacker than you white, no.
Man, look at his face.
No,
he don't have no white woman. He don't have no white people at his Thanksgiving dinner.
I'm more foundationally black than her, bro.
Myron is a coon. No. And Myron actually lays in bed with white people. I don't.
Okay. Well,
there's pictures of Myron in bed with white men. I'm not in bed with white people.
White woman.
Myron's in bed with white men.
What? You never said that, Tariq. You ain't gonna just stick that out there. What did you just say?
There's pictures of Myron in bed with white men. Ain't that right, Myron?
Those are my teammates from college.
Right. And, we different, Myron. We way different, brother.
No, you know what? Hold on. You know what's funny?
Ain't no pictures of me laying up with white people. Ain't no pictures of me in bed with white people. No.
Let's talk about that because you got a
Myron. Ain't no pictures of me in bed with white people at all. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
teammate or not, nigga, I don't give a damn what team I'm on.
If you put Jews and whites in the same category,
stop. We didn't stop. Please stop.
Why? Why do you put blacks and Africans in different categories? If you say Jews
that's
and whites,
lineage. That's lineage, sir. We're talking about a lineage. All right, not race. We're talking about lineage. Yes. All right, that's different.
Okay,
you're saying that white people and Jewish people are two different races, and that ain't true. You have white Jews and you have black Jews. All right.
Bruh, we're talking about ethnicity.
We're talking about lineage. We're talking about lineage. So yeah, I have a different lineage from somebody from Nigeria. I have a different lineage from Myron. We have different lineages.
Yeah, and whites have different lineages as well.
But they're still white. All right?
Yeah, but no, but you put them together, but you separate blacks and Africans, but you put whites and Jews together. Why do you do that?
Because they are all classified as white. The white Jews are.
Okay, but Africans are black.
Right, they are. I never said they weren't.
Well, hold on, Tariq. You delineate when you say you're tired of them saying that blacks did this when a lot of times it'll be these tethers.
Foundational black Americans. I make a distinction between foundational black Americans because they make a distinction. A lot of Africans distinguish themselves from us.
We're Jew slave owners.
Of course.
They were black slave owners. They were mulatto slave owners.
I just want to see how much you would actually confess. I just want to see if you could actually say anything objective about Jews. I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they were. That's not objective. That was a historic fact. They were Jewish slave owners.
Yeah, I mean, Jewish supremacy is a fact as well. And
they worked together with the Confederacy. That was a white supremacist regime based on their words, right? The Confederacy. Their whole edict was white supremacy. That's their words, not mine. And the second in command was Judah P. Benjamin in the Confederacy. He was a Jewish guy. So they all worked together. The Jewish white supremacists and the Anglo white supremacists in slavery, and Judah P. Benjamin was a big slave owner. They all worked together. So why should I make a distinction between those guys? And they were all oppressive to me. Okay?
Now, I will agree on that. Like, if y'all look at what it is, they don't like blacks, but they will do stuff. Like, I didn't like the fact that y'all were saying it's not race. And then y'all turn around and said, look at how the Jews who run the music are doing the things that they do to blacks. Well, that would be direct racism that Jews performed against the blacks, wouldn't it? So that's what I mean. Y'all kept killing y'all argument when y'all were talking to it.
Do you believe you guys were here before Native Americans, Tariq?
Yeah, I believe there were black people. I know there were black people in the Americas before the white supremacists. There were black Native Americans and red Native Americans. This is well documented.
Okay. So you're not African.
I have African ancestry. We had an ethnogenesis.
Your lineage is African.
Yeah, we have African ancestry. Everybody has African ancestry. You have African ancestry,
right? So Jews have lineage as well.
They do, of course. Everybody has a lineage,
right?
What's your argument, sir? What's your argument?
I thought they're separate from white people.
That didn't hit like you thought it was. That didn't hit on shit.
I mean,
that didn't hit for shit. Speaking. That got you. I don't even get what you didn't even hit. You should have landed your point before you.
I'm sorry.
You should have landed your point. That didn't land, buddy. All right, you're kind of running out of steam. Anyway,
I think you're jumping to conclusions.
All right,
you're jumping to conclusions.
Okay, now you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You're jumping into that. That's not what I meant.
Okay. Now you're so Myron. Let's chop up game, Myron. Let's do something, Myron. I would love to talk to Myron in person to chop it up. Tommy, shout out to Tommy. Tommy, when you coming out to LA, man? We got to go sit down and have a drink and chop it up, man.
I actually no one goes out to fucking LA. A bunch of fucking faggots in there.
Calm down, guys.
Who's that?
Go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead, brother.
I should be actually out in LA. I think next month they were trying to get me to do No Jumper and it's out there.
Okay. Holler at me when you come out, man. Let's sit down and chop it up, man. We got to do something on camera.
I tell you, I've never had a problem with
I don't have a problem with you, dude. I don't have a problem with Tommy. I don't have a problem. I don't. You know, we had our jokes and all that. I don't have a problem with him.
You got his dick out your mouth, Mike. What the fuck?
Man, but yeah, we got to chop it up when you come out, chop. But anyway, let me get out of here. Myron, holler at me, man, so we can chop up game, man. I'll come on your broadcast, and man, we'll mix it up and we'll have a good time, man. We'll do some good numbers, and we'll do what we do. SNEAKO, again, you need a good dentist, man. I got somebody for you. We'll get you right, man. And stop running up on brothers because you can't do the same shit on the internet in real life.
He's not here right now.
Okay. Cool. All right. So y'all have a good night, man. It was a good conversation, man. Y'all be good. All right.
There you have it, guys. I made it to the end, guys. I'm about to fall live. Go ahead and put it in the comment section. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Hit the like button, hit the share button. And until next time, peace. And remember, there is more. My God, from Zion. Woo! Jesus Christ.